Boop boop. Hello.
Boop boop. The best noise on Twitch. Boop boop. The sound of Jenny unmuting. Hi everyone. Welcome to another game of Dungeons and Dragons. We are playing Housebound Adventuring. This is episode 1,000,001,001. And I'm going to go over a little recap of what happened last time and where we're at currently. But before we do, I'm going to tell you what our players are currently thinking about. They're currently, hopefully, thinking about the prompts that we've given them, as we like to start our games with a couple of prompts for our characters to discuss so that we can get a bit of an insight into who they are, a little bit more detail, but also it's a good way to get our players into their character's headspace. So the questions that we are asking today are one that was submitted by Docs. It's not rigged. Does your character dance? And if so, what is their signature move? And the second question is, how has your appearance changed since level 1? This is a slightly different question for Haiku, because Haiku joined us at like level 8, or level 7 maybe.
7, I think.
So Haiku's going to have to cast their mind back a little bit and try and recall maybe, or like conjure up some way that you've changed since first level. So that's what our characters or players are currently thinking about. We're going to go over the answers shortly, but first we will chat a little bit about what happened last time we played. And additionally, if you guys fancy adding to our prompts, it's very easy to do so.
Oh, Jack.
Oh, Jack. Oh, it's so close, so close. So close. You still got it. You still got it. Anyway, last session that we played, we started our game having had Neri ejected from a mill that was half a mile high above the ground. We were in Hilp, a town in Cormier, where we had our adventurers milling about. Chilling out at a factory for mist elixir. Turns out that they'd stumbled across some shenanigans. It looks like the mill that was being used to make mist elixir used to, at some point in the distant past, actually be some kind of weapon that was used to pull dragons out of the sky. When it was created, it was done so using sacrifice of some Eloise Chadel, who'd given up her life under the only stipulation was that she was remembered. Unfortunately, with the deteriorating age of the last member of the family who was maintaining her altar, he kind of got a little bit elderly and was unable to reach the altar. His grandchildren did not maintain the altar that she was sacrificed at, and because of that, she got grouchy. She got so grouchy and started conjuring storms.
You ever get so angry that you start conjuring storms? Yeah.
It's a lot more common than you think.
Yes, actually.
But regardless, we managed to solve it, not with combat, though there was a fight where we almost had several of our characters cast off into the air.
I'm sure it hurt quite a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot of almost death. Yeah, there was combat, but we didn't solve it with combat. We solved it with Haiku using the power of their mind and their blood. They attuned with the altar and managed to resolve the anguish that Eloise Chadel was conjuring. Regardless, the family that lived up in Hilp and were using it for their lifestyle and their business, their missing patron unfortunately meant that their business is now going to fail terribly. But let's move on from that, because you guys, along with Margaret Stevens, the lovely tattoo artist who's been carting you along the road from Nesmith towards Orkspear via Hilp and Immersea, has now suggested politely that maybe we move on, perhaps don't say goodbye, and just get back on the road. So we ended last session with you guys on the road again. Ooh. You left about midday, expecting that you could get to Embassy about like kind of nighttime, late evening. You suspect that hopefully you'll be able to find a place to stay there, as one of you has traveled through Embassy before. Randall will be able to recognize that there were plenty of inns and taverns on the way down, places to stay, as it is it's along a main road through Cormier, and should be relatively easy to find somewhere to sleep. You don't want to force yourself on Margaret and say, any chance we did save your life, any chance we can sleep on your sofa, because there are quite a few of you and a massive bat. So that's where we landed.
Last time she took us somewhere and like gave us a bed, we ruined the whole business and a family.
Yeah. Okay. I sound like a train announcer. What did I say? That sounded like a.
When you were listing the places like Fire, Hilp, and in the sea, heading in Orkspear.
I'll put that on my CV. But before we start today's session, let's go on with our prompts. So, who wants to start? Who wants to put their little hands up? Anyone got any good ideas for their answers today? And volunteer?
I can. Pick me.
Yeah, let's go. Okay. Does Oro dance? And if so, what's their signature move?
Yes, her signature move is the floss dance move. No one's ever done it before. It's a new upcoming dance move that's very hip on the scene.
Oh.
So not many people know about it, but she's good at it. I won't do. Everyone knows it. I don't need to do a demonstration.
I was going to say, it's a really good idea to come up with a dance move that already exists that people know, because we don't have to get you to demonstrate it. Because we can all think of it. That's very clever. That's very clever. Okay, right. So she's the inventor of the floss?
Oh, no, she just saw it at the circus once from a performer that came around. And she was like, oh, that's cool. That looks so cool. I'm going to do that now for the rest of time. It's my new dance move.
Has she taught it? It'll never go out. Has she taught it to any of the party members?
She's taught it to Nugget. She's too nervous to teach it to anyone else yet.
Does Nugget do it by touching their bat wings together?
Yeah.
I like to think when you had the hobgoblins that were high, you had an opportunity to do the floss whilst you were doing that whole interaction. Okay, how has Oro's appearance changed since level 1?
Oro used to have a purple headband with moon that she would wear. She's just can't be fucked with that anymore. She was trying to be all fancy, but she's too lazy for that. She's like, it's too special. She keeps it in her bag now. It's fine.
Oh, I like that. That's cute that she keeps it in her bag, though. That's nice.
Yeah, it's still meaningful, but not like, I'm going to wear this all the time because I'm going to ruin it. And she's probably got like a bunch of like stains down her, like her normal t-shirt that she wears. And I've made it a thing in a drawing that I did that Aura's been like collecting pins from where she's gone. Whether we're going to say that's an actual canon thing that
why not?
Is happened. Okay, she has a bunch of pins from where we've been. So there's like one with a mill on, one with like a tankard on, and shit like that. I can't remember what the other ones were now.
I love Walloon.
Yeah, I heart Walloon.
I really like the idea of picking up pins, but some of them are places that sell pins, like maybe the circus has like an Oro pin or something. But as you go forward, like there are places that obviously don't sell pins because like they aren't trying to make
merchandise
a business out of that. So you've made your own. Like Oro's just like carved their own pins to fill the void. Okay, cool. So I personally quite like the idea of every time someone goes like down or they take a huge amount of damage, like they're like 1 HP or something, that they retain the scars. How do you guys as a party feel about that and as players? Because I feel like obviously I know you've got magic that heals the wound and stuff, but I like the idea of keeping the scars. Like, how do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, cool. In which case, feel free to, as we go on, describe any cool scars that you've picked up. How's Randall's leg looking?
Scary.
Big scary.
Randall is just a scar at this point.
Okay, cool. Right. Let's move back up the Zoom call I've got here. Randall's next.
Yeah, that's me.
Does Randall dance? And if so, what's their signature move?
So I think Randall does dance, but he's a very awkward dancer, and it's definitely a dad dancer.
Oh.
And his signature move is going to be this.
I love it.
Okay, that's really good. Okay, fantastic. Has anyone of the party seen Randall dance?
I don't think so. I don't think we've been in a situation for dancing. Like, he's not a keen dancer. He's not someone who's like, I'm going to go dancing. It's like, if everyone else has started dancing and he's kind of on his own, then, you know,
sure.
Eventually it will just happen.
Does he do a little dance when he finds a particularly good bit of literature?
No, he's far too busy reading at that point.
Okay, how has Randall's appearance changed since level 1?
Read the book. I think probably not a huge amount. I think maybe when I first met, he was probably a lot, like, his clothes are probably a lot cleaner and less ragged. He doesn't exactly have a huge amount of clothes. Maybe he's got he's definitely got a lot more scars. So he's got like a scar on his leg. It's like a big circle scar from the infestation, and like a couple of others here and there from when he's been beaten up. But I think otherwise it's mostly just his leather satchel was like nice and clean before, and now it's like got that like where it kind of goes like matte, where it's been like bent a lot and stuff. It's got like creases and stuff in it from just lots of use.
Okay, cool. Haiku. Does Haiku dance? And if so, what's their signature move?
Only after a drink or two. You know, they wouldn't do it sober.
Is Haiku a drinker?
I mean, we've had encounters with Haiku getting drunk at the.
Oh yes, no, sorry.
Brook.
I remember there being one of your flaws is that alcohol doesn't agree with you.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'd change that to like doesn't drink. That's fine. Okay, cool. All right. Okay. So,
Adam said using the immovable rod as a dance pole. Please.
So did you say there was a signature move? I got distracted.
Well, I'm sure we talked about this a couple of sessions ago and agreed that Haiku would be break dancer. So by that, the signature move would have to be the shell spin, surely.
Good answer.
Makes sense,
That's a good answer. I like that. I feel like Haiku would be a noisy dancer. He gets into the beat of his own clangs.
Oh, definitely.
Oh my
That's
god,
clever.
I love it.
That's good. Okay. And how has Haiku's appearance changed since level 1?
I mean, so let's take the scars thing, for example. The progressively got more scars on their hands, mainly from experiments and stuff like that, you know, the glove and whatnot.
Mm.
And just physically bigger. Not actually growing. No, like their body isn't actually growing. It's just, you know, the shit has piled up on the shell a hell of a lot more. So it makes them look a lot bigger.
Sure. Collected more items, so your collection on your shell has just increased.
Yeah.
They taken any dings to the shell? Has the shell itself suffered any damage, any knocks?
Probably, but like, there's so much stuff in it. You wouldn't be able to see any scratches or anything like that below. Like, there's pretty much no shell viewable.
Okay, cool. All right, Neri. Does your character dance? And if so, what's their signature move?
I don't think she's ever danced before.
Oh my goodness. You guys need to show Neri, you know,
a good time.
some happy times. I wasn't going to say a good time because
time.
Jesus.
Get your mind out.
Context.
So she has no signature move at all because she hasn't danced ever.
Mm-mm.
Not even like in religious ceremonies or.
No.
religious celebrations?
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't think celebrations are really the way that it would have been looked at. I think like rituals that had like almost like somatic component style, like there were things that had to be done and like steps that had to be taken, but they weren't dance like at all.
So how does she feel about music? What's her relationship with music?
I think she's heard a lot more of it since she's been like how she's changed since level 1. She's heard a lot more of it, and so I think that she like genuinely likes it, but like I don't think she's even ever really seen anyone dance, because we talked about it out of character, like who would be a good dancer and stuff, but I don't think it's like she's seen like the circus now, but that didn't seem like a dance. I don't think anyone really like danced there, so I don't think she's even really ever like seen someone dance.
Okay, all right.
Except Oro doing like her tricks and stuff. So it's like the closest thing to dancing that she's probably really like witnessed firsthand.
Okay. All right then. How has Neri's appearance changed since level 1?
Her skin is a lot more tan after like being out and like walking a lot. And I think that like not to the degree where she gained any like physical stats, but generally just like going from a less like mobile life to doing a lot of traveling and by foot. I think generally there was like a softness to her appearance that's kind of gone now. Everything's a little bit more angular and like toil lean, I guess, if that makes sense. And her feet are probably calloused for the first time ever, as like, and the wings, you know, that like come out from time to time. There's that too.
Sure.
But I think generally she went from being like fairly like light olive toned and generally kind of like soft to being like someone who has now done a lot of like physical exertion and just generally looks, that's like the biggest probably change that people would notice at a glance.
Sure. A little bit more rough around the edges, a little bit more experience with life has kind of shaped her a little bit. And obviously you've got the change of just your apparel.
Yeah, well, yeah, that fancy dress. I think that the robe probably has a few like sewn up patched parts in it that she's done her best to like the robe. The cloak is what I meant to say. The cloak, because I don't think the robe can be damaged. But yeah, the cloak itself probably has a few places that she's tried to like patch in a way that seems fairly hidden.
Cool. Okay. Right. Well, thank you very much for taking part in the prompts today, guys. I always do enjoy.
Thank you for the excellent prompts. They were superb.
One of them was yours. Only one, not both. But if you wanted to add prompts for our characters, blah, 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 blah. Actually, rather than saying if you want to help, what I will say is I challenge you to come up with a good prompt, because it's fucking hard. It's really difficult. Okay, like I've said every couple of weeks now, Jenny and I went through this massive list of prompts, and it's really difficult to come up with a prompt that will be relevant for at least most of our characters. That isn't something that we've already done. You know, gives us an interesting like tidbit of information to talk about, but also isn't inappropriate. You know, delve into like we're not that interested in romance and that kind of stuff. Like, it's difficult. It's a challenge. So, good luck to you. But also, thank you. Okay. Right. So D&D last session. Let's get right into it. We left you with whoa. Whoa,
She's getting serious.
Cool. That was really cool for a second there. It was like nighttime in some fairy realm.
I went to like turn the light down slightly, and instead of clicking the like negative button, I just straight up clicked the off button. And I was like,
It's cool,
oh, actually, this kind of works, but it's like it's pretty dark, so we'll do that.
Okay, cool. You're going through them twice as fast by doing 2, I know, but also like, you know, it's difficult because some of the questions are like kind of like a medium or a smaller question, and then some of them are a little bit heftier. I feel like doing one question, there are some big boys and there are some medium or little boys, you know. There are lots of questions that wouldn't be great on their own, but are really good as like an entree.
Aperitif.
Yeah, exactly.
They have a complimentary palette.
Yeah, if anyone can help Jenny with the audio stuff.
Yeah, if the audio is level, I don't want to be louder than everyone is basically the thing.
Slaying a guy. I love that. That's really good. If you could be a food, what food would you be? Wow, save it for the prompts. Gee.
Getting the creative juices flowing for.
Neri would be a moon pie.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Shit, I'm gonna be
So
thinking about that.
we're now out of Hilp. We are en route to Immersea. We are traveling north along this road, or technically, I suppose it's northeast.
My immersion.
We are out as of about midday. You guys have had a couple of cookies with your tea, but you've decided it's best to leave Hilp. We're now putting a line under Hilp, forgetting all about it, and we are en route to Immersea. Is there anything that you guys have on your mind that you'd be contemplating for the trek?
So we've been talking about the getting tattoos at Immersea, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a general conversation.
Sure, yeah.
Randall's going to float an idea. Well, like, what if? So we don't have a crest or a symbol for our little party, but we have some time. We could get matching tattoos.
I was thinking, I was like, I kind of want a completionist tattoo. That'd be a cool idea. Yeah,
It's just a big check mark, but it's only half done.
Yeah.
Ooh, but what would it look like? We have to like incorporate elements for everyone.
Okay. We can think about this and do it in maybe the RP channel or something. If people have ideas.
It's very important that this is done immediately.
Okay.
Then we should do one of those things where one person draws part of it and then you fold it, and then the next person draws the next part of it. Fold
That's
it.
a great idea.
When it's done.
Well, where's my iPad?
Additionally, so again, we're playing D&D. We don't have to rush through this, but additionally, you don't have to come up with the idea for this immediately. I was taking the piss. So what I was thinking was, you guys are going to go through Immersea. You need to go to Orkspear, as is not well, but is demonstrated on the map here. Only because on Roll20, it's like if you zoom out to a certain degree, those like dots on the road start to become like jagged little weird shapes. But anyway, so that's where you want to be going. When you are done with your quest in Orkspear, then maybe you go back past Immersea again and you get the tattoo done then instead. Maybe you get the tattoo done and we don't describe the tattoo until you've decided on something. I think the idea of matching tattoos or a tattoo that is like uniform in some way is really fucking cool. But you could do like have the same general idea and then each individual has a different kind of style.
Yeah, or we could get ones where it's like each one is only part of it, and then when we all put it all together, it makes.
Okay, so I've already had like an idea. What if so like a crest, right? A crest usually has like a shield or something in the background. So what if the background was a shell? And then over that was like at the top, there's a little crescent moon, and then there's a cross, dagger, and quill.
Ooh.
I like that.
Nobody is ever allowed to join or leave the party ever again.
We'll just add to it if someone else joins.
I mean, it's a fantasy world. Laser removal is possible.
Just prestidigitation, the tattoo off.
That's
Surely
cool.
the quickest way just be like you cut it off and then you just heal it. It's like cure wounds. There you go.
Oh,
Yeah, actually, that would work.
You'd have to cut deep though. Like you'd have to go under quite a few.
I mean, you'd have to flay. Yeah, you'd have to flay yourself a bit. But,
All right.
You want someone with experience doing it. You wouldn't want to go down a back alley wizard to do that.
Cast mending on your skin. Game of Gartic phone to draw it. Hazer, that's a great idea. So I mean, you guys can chat about that right now. I mean, I think having a nice little in-character discussion of the concept would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
But the actual icon itself and whether or not it's perfectly matching or differently stylized or details or whatever, you can discuss that in the RP channel or just in our group text or whatever. But you're on the road. Margaret's taking the wagon along. Maybe you've just had a conversation where Oro and Margaret have been having a bit of a chat. Oro has floated again the idea of getting a tattoo. Margaret said, "Oh, I'll do that for you for free, dearie, yes." And then Oro's maybe said something along the lines of, "Oh, how about these guys? Maybe what if they want a tattoo?" And she's like, "Oh, mates rates." And then Oro has rejoined the party and said, "Guys, guess what?"
We can all get tattoos.
We should all get tattoos.
I think we should all get tattoos. I mean, I'm just not pressuring you guys, but I'm just saying we could all get tattoos. Would you want to do that?
Good.
Yeah, go on then.
Huh?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I look at Nugget. Can Nugget get a tattoo?
Wings are
Right on his
sticky.
little nose.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Nugget looks visibly confused as to the concept of a tattoo or where it would go.
Yeah, okay, alright.
On each
But the
wing,
wings are
obviously.
leathery enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
one on each wing. Are the wings like slightly see-through as well? Because that'd be really cool.
Ooh.
Oh my
That
god,
would be
when he's
cool.
flying overhead and you
You like
look
the-
up, you would just see the sunlight. If it was daytime, the sunlight would go through like the thin part of the wing and the tattoo would show.
So
That's
with
pretty
bat
cool.
signal, but for it's a real bat signal and it's
Yeah.
for completionists.
I definitely
Was-
said that in Nerly's voice, not in mine. I got excited.
Full bat
Oopsies.
Okay. Well, Nugget seems interested in that idea,
Oh,
just
okay.
from generally understanding your whatever the fuck you're talking about.
Maybe it's excited because you're excited.
Yeah, that's mostly it.
Aw.
That's mostly it. That's mostly it. Good luck getting an animal to hold still for that. Wing membrane tattoo would hurt so much.
Nugget's gonna get a tramp stamp tattoo right above his butt.
I love it.
Do you have any tattoos? How does it work?
I guess I would know how to. Wait, are tattoos different in this world, or are they just like normal tattoos how we know them?
Normal tattoos.
Okay. I'm going to assume that Oro has probably seen a lot of people with tattoos.
Roll me a history check
A
for yourself.
Tattoo check. Okay.
A tattoo check.
It's a low DC.
9. Also, did we sleep?
okay.
We slept, right? No.
No,
No, okay.
you have not slept yet. No. Okay, so you are pretty sure that tattoos work the same way that tattoos work, unless Oro has a tattoo herself, in which case she would know for certain. If she doesn't, she's seen some actually pretty cool tattoos in her time. But from her experience, she thinks that for the most part, any more fanciful, that's not the word, fanciful tattoos that she would have seen were probably just like illusionary, like tricks of the eye sort of deals.
Oh, you get like a temporary tattoo that's just like a wizard spell.
Yeah.
Comes as a little scroll.
I was gonna say, I was like, I want it to come in a little thing.
It's with a packet of those like fucking fake cigar, like cigarette sweets. Whatever they were called.
Yeah, that are just candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, tattoos are they're just like a needle, just like little needles to like put ink in your skin real fast. But it's like it might hurt a little bit, but you know, we're
As
strong.
you're like bumping around in the back of the carriage, you can see that actually you're surrounded by some tattoo equipment. This is the carriage that Margaret has been taking backwards and forwards across the country, and her tattoo machine is kind of on the side. You can see that actually there are multiple different needles dotted around the room. Some of them seem to be a bit more manual, so that it would be something that you would prick into the skin with ink. But she does seem to have some kind of mechanized equipment as well that seems to dip the ink, the needle. It almost seems like the ink seems to run through the needle itself from a well that is held on the back of the hand here.
I've only seen those like the needle ones, but that one might be one too. But yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be easy.
Where should we put it?
Or is overwhelmed with choice. There's just so many places. You said point you to your forehead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who are you? This
Chest piece.
Big crest.
Gotta find somewhere to put it that's on Haiku that's visible.
Anywhere but the shell.
you don't surely it would just be painting if you were doing
Yeah,
it.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Canuck, what the fuck? That is not going to be Nugget's tattoo. Absolutely not. That's it.
Oh god.
A full face tattoo. Oh.
I do appreciate you taking
the
this somehow less worse version of that Canuck, because there is a worse version of that.
I think Arya's like, I think I want one here. Here somewhere. That'd be cool.
Okay.
And she points to her lower back. Maybe here. This is a nice thing.
I don't think anybody would see it there.
No. Maybe we could put a sneaky one there.
Haiku points to their lack of lower back.
Yes, your choice is slightly more minimal.
Paladins in my homebrew world are imprinted with a tattoo of their deity on their face in some manner. Oh, cool. Oh. That is cool. I feel like tattoos should be implemented in character design a little bit more, because I guess I mean sometimes you'll see them on like character drawings and stuff, but I so rarely have people describe tattoos to me when they're talking about their characters. I think it's a cool idea.
I have a cleric in my Asgard game that we play on Tuesdays, that her tattoos are like integral to her spell casting, and that they flare up with light every time she's casting a spell.
Cool.
Okay. So, on the road again we are, on our way to Immersi. Is there anything that anyone wants to discuss on the way there, or you just quite anything you want to do in your downtime?
Aura's going to be sketching out designs in her notebook.
Oh, cool. Anyone else?
Sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think Neri is just like trying to make sure that when the cart bumps, she doesn't get like bumped against the back, because her back's still all like bruised from being thrown through a wall and breaking it. So she's just generally like uncomfortable and just kind of like all along for the ride at this point.
Haiku's going to have a take interest in some of the tattoo equipment, like you said, like the automatic one.
Yeah,
that would be very interesting.
Okay, cool. How about Randall?
Well, like standard catching up on writing journals, but probably also taking a lot of interest in the designs that Arya is putting together.
So, as you're sat in the back of this this carriage, you hadn't had a chance to properly take it in last time because you were in the middle of a storm, just fresh out of a fight, kind of just waiting patiently to get to help so that you could be in slightly less danger, you hoped. But you see that what appears to be the case is that you are inside a carriage that appears to also function as part tattoo studio, part front of house, that seems to like fold out as if the doors are part of a shop front, as it were. As if you were to open the back doors, you could kind of prop them open. You can see that there are tattoo prices on the inside of those doors that could be propped open, written in chalk, as well as designs that are across the wall, like big like butterflies and stuff like that. But as was described previously, Margaret's personal style is a lot more granny oriented. There's a lot more like doilies and stuff like that. Apparently doilies is the only word I can think of that is probably so like properly describes granny style, but that is it. And you can see, like I said, there are lots of different kind of paintings on the walls as well that appear to be kind of some more generic ones, like just examples that you might see, like different typography pieces for someone's name and like years and stuff, like kind of memorabilia sort of style. But having a chance to properly take in your surroundings, Haiku, you notice that there are lots of different coloured inks that are kind of in little vials around the shop, or the shop carriage, as well as a couple of different needles of different lengths and thicknesses. Again, the automated one there is only one, but it seems to have needles that can be interchangeably placed in the function. For the most part, it seems to just be quite basic in that the needle itself kind of dips into what you would assume would be skin or whatever. And then when it retracts outwards, it seems to have some kind of suction mechanism that draws some of the ink from the well into the needle, which, I mean, perhaps Haiku could think of a better way of crafting this mechanism, but for now, you think it's quite a cool little way for someone who is not you to have done it. But after some time in the carriage, you unfortunately don't have a huge amount of opportunity to look outside. There aren't very many windows, but you hear the wheels grind to a stop after a few minutes of hearing chatter, a couple of bells in the distance, just the kind of general noise and hubbub of moving into a small town. The wheels grind to a halt, and you hear Margaret from the front. "We're here, dearies, we're here."
What are the tattoo prices for like the normal rates?
So they seem to be. It seems to depend on the complexity of the tattoo.
Okay.
It looks like some of the more basic ones are like a gold.
Okay.
The more expensive ones appear to be up to about 50 gold. And it seems to incorporate whether or not it's custom into the pricing.
Okay.
You can see that there is a part. There's an old janky sign at the back of the shop carriage that is in metal, and it seems to have kind of been like hammered into place. That it had previously said that the painting had. I'm not describing this as well as I wanted it to be. You know those kind of like metal signs that you see at like cons and stuff now, where it's just like a metal plate and someone has like hammered a design into it or pressured a design into it, so it's embossed. But then on top of the embossing, it's been painted just to be like to properly accentuate. Like if it's a T, then it's like the T is painted, but it's also been pushed into shape. It has this, but the you can tell that in certain places the metal has been left intact, but it's kind of been bumped around and kind of left and discarded. It appears to be advertising enchanted tattoos, but it's been tucked away behind one of the just some of the junk that's back there. You can't see a price on it. You can't even fully see the entirety of the tattoo. But it's been tucked away in a collecting dust and cobwebs at the back of this thing. So you're suggesting that maybe it's not currently being offered.
Is there is she wanting us to get out of the cart since we're here, or is it more just letting us know, do you think?
Well, you hear footsteps as it sounds like she's stepping off of the cart itself, and the wheels have stopped.
Okay. Start hopping out the back then.
Mm-hmm. Jump out.
Let's move on over to the map for Imacy.
To the map.
Zoom all the way out if you need to. 100%, it should be fine. This is just some old map.
Mm-hmm.
So
where are we entering at?
So you are entering in about 28.
Okay.
So you've come up from the south, and you are now currently on the kind of the western side of Imacy. You can see over here in this kind of like sketchy vertical lines. It's hard to tell. It's dotted. Might be dotted. That's the sea basically.
So the rest of it's the Imma.
The rest of it is mostly farms. As you step out, you can kind of see through the cracks in the buildings and stuff. It's just, there's tons and tons of farm land around here. You can kind of smell it on the road as you came up as well, and there's a pretty strong stench of manure. But the town itself, as you kind of look down the roads, you can see that there are loads of inns here, lots of taverns. There are a couple of houses, but for the most part, you can see that this looks like it's a way station. There are a couple of market stalls and stuff that you can see at the far end, more centrally. But there is a dock that receives boats. It's a way station it's a major kind of trading route that comes through here. Manure like cow manure doesn't smell bad per se. I lived in the country for a long time. I disagree with that statement.
I grew up there, and I thought it always smelled like earthy and kind of like a little bit like how
like
the earth
poop.
smells after rain, like a little petrichor-ish almost.
That was definitely not my experience.
Maybe we have sweeter grasses.
No, it does not smell like that.
I don't know.
Maybe
I
our cows
also
would have
grew
fed
up in the
differently.
country.
Yeah, maybe they were fed differently.
I
That
say
might be
maybe
it.
our grass is sweeter. I don't know.
Maybe.
More aromatic.
It's stanky.
Yeah, I don't mind the smell of manure, to be honest. It's not
Yeah.
bad.
When I go visit home, I know that I've gotten to the I'm close point. Like I know the drive, obviously, but there's always that moment where the air shifts from like the city smell to the country smell, and there's always that that just very earthy. I don't know. I like it.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't dislike it until I'm close to it. Like when you're in the countryside and you can just smell cow shit. You're like, okay, I'm in the countryside. Fine. It smells like, it does have that kind of just naturey, natural,
Yeah.
it smells like the earth kind of vibe.
I mean,
But when
if
you
you're
get
standing
close
next
to
to a
it-
cow and they poop, then there's a
Oh
little
no,
more.
I was
more
thinking
of the...
more like driving behind the massive lorries that are just filled with cow shit.
I don't think we have. Okay, yeah, I've not had to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, you get close to big piles of it and it smells bad.
Maybe downwind of a field they've freshly manured. It can be
Yeah, exactly.
intense.
Tom, there is nothing wrong with a little bit of cow shit in your nose every now and then. Thank you for contributing, Tortu. Love you very much.
On my drivings to uni back in the before times, on a morning, you quite regularly just see a couple of meter high piles of it along the side of the road, just steaming in the morning.
Oh.
There's a lot of farms where I live. Well, between where I live and the uni.
That's not the only thing I said. I'm being filtered.
I think maybe where I was, everyone that has farmland just has livestock too, and so they're typically using that manure to fertilize their own land, and so instead of having to import piles of it, it's probably a little bit more of a natural process, and there's a more moderate amount, I guess. I don't know.
But anywhoomst,
Anywho,
it has the nice kind of aura of cow pat.
okay.
That you can smell that you're in nature rather than you're behind a truck full of it. But at the same time, you are getting a somewhat competing smell of the sea and fish that wafts in occasionally whenever the wind shifts from the east.
Salty cow pat.
It's a weird mix, but it's what you're experiencing right now. As I said, you are surrounded by farmland. In the center of the town, or rather to the south of the town, you can see that there is kind of a larger manse, as it were, a manor house, which you can see is number 1. And you can also see that there is a larger, kind of taller tower sort of building down here, which is number 3? It's number 3.
So I'll kind of get out and do the big sort of stretch thing. And what is she doing when she gets out? Is she coming to the back, or is she talking to someone, or?
She's kind of got off of the side of her cart, the front, and has just started petting down her horses, waiting patiently for you guys to get out. It looks like she's stopped in front of her own shop because you can see that there is a shop front a few meters away from you, that has a big glass window on the front. You can kind of see inside. You can see there are a couple of chairs, and there is more art that's strung up around the rooms. But it looks extremely cozy. Like there's an armchair in there. Like it's not like the traditional. Well, it's more like the tattoo chair that you might expect. That's kind of leant quite far back and is movable. Looks like it's been granified. Like it's like a big proper comfy seat that has doilies on it. Again, bringing up the doilies, but there are lots of them. There you can see that there are like teacups and saucers that are like used decoratively, lining the room. And you can see that it looks very homey. It looks very nice in there. The lights are currently off. It's not lit at all because you've arrived at night. But you can see that it's definitely her shop because it just says Margaret's on the top.
It's got a name on it.
It has her name on it. Yeah, her logo is there.
I shout to Margaret. Do you need us to help carry anything off into your shop?
Oh no, dearie, no, I'm okay. Unfortunately, I don't really have a place for you to stay. You see, I've been living on my own for so long now. I filled my rooms. I don't even have a bed, really, a spare one at least. But I'm certain you could find a place in town for cheap.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay. Well, you go about your business, and I can see you tomorrow if you would like, and we can discuss your tattoo ideas if you think of any. But you'll always have a place to visit when you come through MSC.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now, dearies, I'm going to deal with my business, and you deal with yours. She waddles towards the house. She looks like she needs a loo. But you are left in your own company.
Ora's doing some big stretches because she's been all up like this drawing for hours.
Do we know where we're going to meet these people? Is it on the... This is Neri wondering aloud. Was it on the board?
We need to go to Oxford, don't we? Oxford.
Yeah.
So we should find somewhere to stay the night here and then make our way over there.
Yeah.
What time of day is it?
It's late evening.
Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead.
We better get moving then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, before Margaret goes, I ask her. Before she's like waddling away. I'm like, wait. Wait, Margaret. I'm so sorry. I know. Where could we stay? Is there like an inn, like a B&B that we could point us in the direction of?
Let's have a look. See.
It took me about 3 seconds to realize you said B&B, not D&D, and I was like,
so D&D.
So she points you into the direction of Halaban's Inn and the Immer Inn, which are 18 and 19 on the map.
Okay. Thank you very much.
There's also Mailer's boarding house, and you are directly adjacent to Nulla's boarding house.
do you think there's one by the ocean?
– 18 and 19.
Okay, 19 I think would be the closest one. Which one's that one again? The Immer Inn?
The Immer Inn, yeah.
Yeah, we can go over there.
Let's try that one first.
Okay. To the Immer Inn.
Okay, well, with little to no effort, you find your way over there. You do notice on the outside, as you are passing through, at least Oro does, that there is a kind of a shady alleyway that kind of ducks between two of the buildings, and It's shady because it's nighttime. But when you you wouldn't have
Shaded
considered
alleyway.
yeah, you wouldn't have considered it, at all really during the daytime, apart from the fact that there is a gentleman stood, kind of hooded and looking a little bit inconspicuous. Now it's a shady alleyway. The only thing that's really even clocked you is the fact that there is a very subtle symbol that has been carved into the brickwork on the edge of the building. It looks a little bit like kind of a circle that's got a cross all the way through it, and it's got an arrow that points on the line that's pointing kind of in his direction, which you would recognize as one of the many components of what makes up Thieves' Cant.
Oh.
Thieves' Cant can be comprised of kind of hand gestures and kind of body language that is a way for people to communicate to each other, but there are also kind of parts of it that are down to like symbols and stuff that people might leave as markings to suggest this is a safe place, that kind of deal. This particular signage suggests that there is work.
Oh. As we're walking past the alleyway, I knock whoever's next to me. I guess Neri, you're next to me. I knock Neri.
I was gonna say I feel like I would have been the one walking kind of like right next and a little bit behind anyway, so that feels natural. Oh, are you okay?
Look at that alleyway. That's a dude. See that dude?
He looks like he's trying to hide, kind of, but not doing a very good job.
Okay, I say to everyone about the sign that's on the wall. It's in Thieves' Cant. It means work. There might be some work in there. I mean, I don't know whether I want to particularly go in there right now, but
seems kind of shady.
Seems like a
what kind of work would you expect?
Yeah.
I've never been in somewhere like that.
Me either. I don't know whether I want to at this time of night. It feels like setting ourselves up for more shit to deal with.
Well, I mean, if you speak that kind of code, then you're kind of on the inside, so surely they wouldn't, you would get to find out what the job is before you agree to it, right? And they wouldn't, do anything to you if you didn't, right?
True. How much do I do, is Thieves' Cant like a thing where is it more fuck, what am I trying to say? Really secretive, you don't want anyone else involved. It's a very more of a dodgy thing rather than a...
Oh, it's super dodgy, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I thought so.
Yeah. So it's you picked it up from Kestrel when you were kind of making a transition into rogueness and picking up some new skills. And this is really the first time outside of Kestrel you've had an opportunity to interact with it or anyone else that was using Thieves' Cant before. You know that it's not its own language as such, in that you won't have full-on conversations in Thieves' Cant.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing that you would lay over another language, such as Common, that you would say, you would use particular phrases or you would use particular body language to indicate words in the sentence that you said that have particular emphasis. Or just a way to communicate that is overlaid on top of something else. So you could be having a conversation with someone else and a third party would have no idea that you were actually trying to arrange a job.
Yeah.
You might just be discussing what's on the menu and the third person is fully convinced that you're just talking about the roast beef, whereas you guys are actually talking about, if you go to this particular location and pick up this item for me, whatever, I'll pay you this much.
Okay. Then Oro is going to be like, no, I think it's a little bit dodge. Don't really want to fuck with that. Let's carry on. Keep note, but carry on.
Haiku and Randall notice that you guys have paused to have a little conversation.
I've said it to everyone. I've knocked Neri, but then told everyone.
Okay.
I think it was like the initial thing was her like, as we're walking by, she like did the nudge to me and we kind of talked about it a little bit. And then we did the like thing where like we're walking and do the like head nod and then she tells us all kind of thing. Like, hey, I got something to say.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I was following you.
Doc's dropping some funnies in the chat there. Okay.
So discreet. There's the pickup stage.
What could it mean?
I was going to use
a special.
Oh my god, the house special. You could say something like, "Gonna take your horse to the Old Town Road," and that means you're gonna go back to the guild headquarters.
Very good. Okay. Well, you pass definitely not Shady Alley, and find yourself at where are we going? Sorry, 19.
Is that the name of the alleyway?
The Immer Inn.
Immer Inn. You're going right to the Immer Inn, and you see like clearly enough that there are a couple of rooms. There's basically a small desk in the front. The door is wide open at the moment, and you can see that there is a quite haughty-looking female elf sat at the desk. Her hair is shaved all the way off, and most of her face is piercings. But she does not look impressed by you at all as you enter through the doorway. But beyond that, the prices are quite clearly laid on the wall behind her. It seems to be about 1 gold piece for a night. You can also see beneath the prices that there are a couple of like the keys that are laid out as well. So it looks like this building has 12 rooms, and you can see that there are 3 remaining.
Of course, there's 3 remaining.
What do you mean we're all going to share a room?
Key. What'd you say?
What do you mean we're all going to share a room? How dare you not be close to me at all times? This is D&D. You're not allowed to be out of my sight.
Would we all fit in one room?
Yes, I guess we just have to ask that.
Yeah, it depends on their beds.
You can ask.
They have a suite.
A suite. Is there a twin bed in there? What's happening?
We'll take the penthouse.
Who did you say? Who were you talking to? And you said you can ask.
Haiku.
Okay.
Haiku, you can ask.
Excuse me. How big are the rooms? Are they all the same size?
She just rolls her eyes at you as you come up to the counter.
Excuse me. How big are the rooms?
She points up to the board, and you can see that the keys are organized by room size. So the small rooms are the ones that have 3 keys remaining. You can see that there are some other rooms. They're kind of just like the majority of the rooms seem to be small, and then they've got like 2 other rows for like medium and large. But there are not a huge number of the latter 2. It looks a lot like, for the most part, they've just tried to be, as get as much money out of these rooms as they possibly can. It does not say anything more than small, medium, and large rooms.
Okay. And there's no keys next to the medium and large ones?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay. So you've only got small rooms left then? Just the small ones?
She points towards the keys.
I think she might be like Evelyn and can't talk, so maybe we should be signing with her.
I'm going to pull out the translator in the gauntlet at this point, and I'll sign. So you've only got small rooms left then? Question mark. I don't know if that translates into sign language.
Are you okay? Blink twice if you need help.
She goes to filing her nails.
Oh.
I'm gonna turn around to the group. I think they've only got small rooms left.
Yeah, I wish I knew how big a small room was.
They don't seem particularly cooperative.
Maybe we should go to the other place and see at least what they've got. We have nothing else to do tonight.
What did she do when I say that?
She's still filing her nails away.
Oh, okay. I thought you like made a like a head move or whatever, and I missed it.
No, she's...
Okay.
All right, well, let's go somewhere else then. I guess.
Okay.
Guess we can come back here if no one else's room's open, but we don't know how big a small room is. Then I guess we don't. We're just not gonna be able to tell if we'll all be able to fit in a room, you know.
Yeah, let's just go check the other place and then we'll come back here if we have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye. Thanks for chatting. See you later.
Have a good evening.
Okay, we'll walk out of there.
How well did it come across when I span my eyes around?
Came across very well.
I feel like so I have like little handmade soaps and things like that I like brought with me. I feel like we had little like natural like cough drop type things too that are like sun dried like honey and some herbs or something. So when she keeps doing that, I'm just gonna like reach into my bag and like leave her like a little lozenge that's been wrapped up in like some waxed paper and be like, I hope your throat feels better. And, like turn around.
You turn around to leave, and you can hear that she picks it up and goes, "Oh."
So we'll head to the other one whose name I forgot. There's the Immer Inn and the other one.
The
And the
Haliband's Inn.
Haliband's Inn.
Haliband's Inn. All right.
There are 2 tiny rooms remaining.
The longer you take, it's like one of those timed quests where you have to.
You go back to the other one, and there's only 2 rooms remaining.
Dawn of the second key. Wait, what?
Well, having hobbled your way over to Haliband's Inn, or walked, I guess, maybe you might
I
walk.
was like, why are we hobbling? Wait, who got hurt? When?
You can push your way into the door of this one. This one is a much nicer establishment. The front area has several seats that are kind of leather. You can hear that there is some kind of mechanism that seems to have some sort of disc in it that's playing some kind of nice, soothing music that's got a little bit of maybe some kind of saxophone playing alongside it.
Playing Careless Whisper.
There are some flickering lanterns here. You can see that there is a bowl at the front that seems to have kind of like sweets in it, and a very fine gentleman behind the counter is kind of waiting patiently with his hands like this.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh. Do you have any rooms available for the night?
We do have 2 rooms available, yes.
Oh. How big are these rooms?
They have 2 beds in each.
It's just single beds? Just single beds each?
There are 2 single beds in each room, yes.
How much is it?
It will be 25 gold pieces for a night.
Turns back around.
Whoop, nope.
Room.
Per room or together?
Per room, it will be 25 gold pieces a night, yes.
Chuff it out.
I'd rather that other woman spit in my face.
The way
Can
you
be
said
arranged.
that.
We have a concierge service.
We have a concierge. There's an a la carte menu.
Is there something very special about the rooms?
We have platinum tier service.
Does it involve spitting in my face? What is the platinum service?
We like to make sure that all of our guests have the highest quality service that we can possibly give under any circumstances. You'll have all food paid for. Make sure that we also have a service that will fetch any goods that you've left on any ships or carriages that you've brought into the town. We will fetch any items that you require from local establishments or people that you might be interested in. some of these will have, tipping is expected, I will admit, but some of these you may have to pay for yourself. But we make sure that everybody is very happy here.
But breakfast is included.
We do not. No, there is no breakfast service.
Oh, but
Nope.
so
Not
how
really.
are we fed if there's no breakfast?
Oh, well, there is a complimentary mint left on your pillow.
Ah,
You said you provided food.
Well, there is a restaurant that is serviced at night time.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's for dinner. For dinner, Jack.
What
For
time?
dinner.
What time
Who's
is it
Jack?
open right now?
Who's Jack? Who's Jack?
Thought he did
no,
that.
the restaurant just closed.
Oh.
This is a warforged who can see beyond the fourth wall.
Could
Data,
we-
you told him to make an enemy that could outsmart you, not Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
I watched that episode recently.
Really? Oh, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, wow, I can't believe somebody got that reference.
Yeah,
but,
it was a risky play. It was a risky
was,
play,
it was.
but
but it
paid
paid off.
Paid off for two people.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Seeing as the restaurant's closed now for the evening, do you offer reduced prices for late? Oh, Katie's gone.
Oh, have
Can
we
you
all
still hear
switched
me?
Places?
Yes,
Oh,
I can still
we
hear
can
you.
hear you. Are we different
I didn't
places
know
now on the
you-
screen?
Oh shit!
Did you
Yeah.
actually leave? Or...
Maybe your camera just went off.
No, oh shit, that's so weird.
That's
I'm
okay.
the DM now.
Who am
I am Haiku.
You're Randall.
I don't know what happened.
I?
It
Randall!
Randall?
it just turned off for a second, like for literally no reason.
If we turn off cameras, does it shuffle us around then?
Yeah.
We have to turn them on in the right order. Whatever
Oh,
the right order
that's-
is.
Oh
Did
no!
Did I
Not
move?
a puzzle.
I mean, you're in the right place now, and I'm in the right place, but no one else.
I'm
Then it was
Randall.
all around. And then you did that.
Oh wait, did I ruin
Every-
it? Were you midway moving?
No.
things?
Well, I was just about to, but it's fine.
Ah, okay.
Every time you move something, I'm going to disconnect and reconnect.
Should we
That
take
was
this
weird.
opportunity for
Bio
a bio
break.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah.
There's a bin out the back if you were really hungry.
There's a bit.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
But what
Bio
about
break.
spitting in the face services? That's
I'm gonna mute myself, but be very careful not to somehow turn off my.
If you guys are new here, we tend to just do our business and return. We don't have a set time for our little breaks, so no 10-minute interlude. I mean, depending on how long it takes for Jenny to fix the cameras that we've now had accidentally broken.
It's fine.
Back in a minute.
Hello, everyone. Two people are on a black screen, so I guess I'll just hope that they are in line. I hope everyone's doing well today. Just vibing, you know? Just be like that sometimes. Okay, I think everyone's alright now. Hopefully. Alright, be right back. I'm gonna grab some more ice for my wine. Because I'm an adult. Is my mute button working?
That was uncanny timing, Jack.
We're just so in sync. Do I need my light on now, or is it fine? Do you think?
I mean, I think it's okay, but it will probably quickly deteriorate.
Yeah. The problem is if I turn my light on, it then like darkens my face.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
right.
You need one of these fancy blinding lights.
I don't know how people can use them.
Mine's
on my nerves far too much.
I've got it facing the wall,
Oh.
so the light like reflects back onto me without burning my face. Burning my face off the wall. They're quite good, and they're pretty cheap. You can like,
Ooh, a slightly warmer light.
Whoa.
Ooh. Wow. Wowzers.
But I've noticed that it's not auto adjusting the stuff so much today, which is good.
Yeah, your cameras look a lot better today.
Oh, stop it, you!
My shirt's sort of breaking my camera a bit.
That's right.
I won't be wearing this one again.
Yeah, that's the problem I have every time I wear a stripy shirt. I'm like, ooh.
I think it comes across all right on Zoom.
Yeah.
I think it's probably like because what we see is not as high quality as what you see, probably.
Yeah, that's true.
So the horizontal lininess doesn't quite break the camera yet.
Yeah.
On this quality.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I've got a song stuck in my head.
Oh, thanks, Flemington. No, you.
You're too kind, Fobs.
Fobs? Fobs?
What song's stuck in your head?
You are my fire, one desire. Can't remember.
Believe
the
when I say.
Believe when I say that I want it that way.
Tell me why. I was disappointed Jenny didn't eat.
It's a bit too high for me. I would have. But...
fine for me.
Wait, what was it? Does it even go into that line next?
Yeah. Then it goes into the chorus.
When we were two worlds apart. Isn't that all it goes
it's
into
not
next?
when. I think it's. I think it's
maybe
when
what
we.
lyrics said.
I think it's we are. I think it's just we are.
Oh, right. Okay, here we fucking go. It's lyrics time. It's lyrics time. Oh, God, what's the fucking called? What's the song
I
called?
want it that way.
I want... No, you're right. Oh, no. I was right. You're my fire, the one desire. Believe when I say I want it that way. But we are two worlds apart.
Oh, yeah. But we,
your heart when you say that I want it that way. Then it's tell me why, blah, 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 blah.
Wait, who did you get at Poppington? Who are you stuck with now?
Oh no, has there been some villager shenanigans?
Yeah.
I believe they got rid of Eugene.
Yeah, Fobbington kicked Eugene out, and then on their first village that they went to find a new villager, it was Eugene. Eugene turned up again immediately, like, "Hi, bitch, it's me." Oh, you're still hunting? Shit. I wish you good hunting luck. Are you looking for anyone in particular, or are you just hoping for someone good, and not Eugene again and again and again?
The sideburns on Eugene, though. Damn.
Cool boy.
Damn. When was the last time you played Animal Crossing Dogs?
Long time ago.
But what about the stonks? The big monies that you made?
Yes. I think they turned into a lunar lander and a moon.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Very good.
And game completed. That's it.
Go ahead, Haiku. Give her the universal sign. I missed that.
Now the song's in my head.
No regrets.
Oh, damn it. There's one.
I'm very much of the, if I have a song stuck in my head, you all have to suffer with me.
Evil.
Very evil.
Let's go, Katie. Let's go.
If you were me, where would you put your Apple Pencil?
In my hand.
The fruit bowl.
Now next to me.
Is it like behind your ear, like a dildo?
Oh, I wish I was that cool. Under my keyboard? Oh no. Where did
You need to sing it, Jenny, then it will disappear. Yeah, that's how you get the song stuck out your head. You have to sing it.
Well, irony.
Facts.
Is it over there? Where is it?
Where was the last time you had it?
Where is she?
Where is she?
Batman.
Batman.
Were you doodling in bed or something?
I think it's on the other side of my room. Hold on.
Lost forever then.
Better not be.
Now is your only chance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Katie's back.
Oh! Guys, it's here.
Blends in
I put my
perfectly.
headphone in and I was reaching up to move the things. I heard Katie's back and I was like, whatcha?
Oh my goodness. Wow. I think we all can agree that that was amazing.
What a
I'm gonna have to
magical
go back
moment.
and look at it.
It wasn't that good. I missed my timing by like half of a second. Ruined the whole effect. Okay. We good?
Yeah.
We good? Okay. What are you doing?
Oh, he was talking about the benefits and we were like, do we get any money off for not having the restaurant?
Oh, no.
Okay, I turn around to look at everyone and I'm like,
No.
No breakfast, no business.
Well, we didn't ask if you were place did breakfast still, did we?
Well, they didn't give us anything
Oh,
anyway.
well, yeah.
But
That's true.
it wasn't 25 gold. So.
I'm not paying 25 gold to not have breakfast.
Yeah.
No, I ain't not.
Are those the only two places that we could stay?
The alternative is essentially a
house.
hostel.
Okay, okay.
I mean, if the hostel does breakfast.
That's true. Okay, we'll go to the closest boarding house. Was that 28? Which is where we were originally.
Boarding by the time
Yeah.
you decide where you want to stay.
Yeah.
Can you go back to your boarding house? Okay, no worries. This particular boarding house seems to be working on an honor system. As you enter, there is nobody here, but there is a box with a key above it that has a slot for a coin. So it's like you would grab the key for whatever reason. Again, it's a hostel, so most of the rooms are. You assume that these keys are for individual rooms, but as you, if you were to peek through the door, you'd see that it's just one big hallway of beds, all in the same place. But it appears that each of the beds have, the beds that are not currently in use have a chain that goes over the bed and that is padlocked. There's just like right through the center.
Oh, I could sleep on that.
That would be really uncomfortable.
Do you guys want to stay here? Are there other? If we've peeked our heads in, are there other people in there already?
There are about 20 beds in here, and it looks as if like at least 10 of them are currently occupied.
Do you guys want to stay in here with other people, or should we go to the inn and just get some cheap rooms?
We're going to the inn.
Let's go to the inn and get the cheap rooms.
Okay, let's go back to the inn.
All right. Back to the Imma Inn it is then, I guess, huh?
We've had a nice little walk around. Got our legs moving.
Stretch before bed.
Yeah, I'm sure that actually just felt good after being cramped in the cart
Oh
for
yeah,
so
it
long.
felt great. It felt really great. So you arrive at the Imma Inn and there are 2 keys remaining.
It was a timed quest. I knew it.
Hello, we'd like
She-
the 2 rooms,
she-
please.
she looks a little bit sassy. She looks a little bit smug that you've returned.
Does your throat feel better now?
She looks a little bit happy.
Oh, good. Okay, I was right. She is like Evelyn. So, but it looks like nobody ever taught her any type of signing. So, we'll just have to communicate in other ways.
Can we have the 2 other rooms, please? I give 2 gold. Thank you.
She points you towards the door and leads up to the rooms.
Thank you.
I'm gonna leave her another lozenge.
She eyes it greedily.
I'm glad it helped. I hope you feel better.
If I have to.
It's the honey, really gets it going.
Mhm.
You always catch more flies with honey than with vinegar, you know?
Oh. Oh.
Depends what you're doing with the vinegar.
What'd you say?
Depends what you do with the vinegar.
Well, if you
Like,
drown
if I
them
throw
in it.
vinegar at the things I'm trying to catch,
Vinegar super
throws
soaker.
better.
Oh my god.
The
Are the
smell of
rooms?
that.
I know. Oh, that's what I was thinking of.
Vile.
Ooh. Are the rooms big enough for Nugget to sleep inside?
You are surprised, maybe not surprised, grateful for her indifference as Nugget wanders in through the front door, and she doesn't seem to be that fussed about the fact that a giant bat is walking inside. But after squeezing in through some of the tighter corridors, along with Haiku, you find your way to the 2 rooms that you've been given keys for. They are tight. There is a single bed in each of them and some floor space.
Yeah. I guess we gotta
Oh,
split up.
I'm happy to sleep on a floor.
Yeah. I can sleep on Nuggets. It's fine.
I don't care where I sleep.
Let's all sleep on the floor together.
Nobody sleeps in the bed. Nobody sleeps in the bed.
Just stand the bed up on its side, look against the wall, and we'll just sleep on the floor.
If there's a bed going spare, if no one else wants to go.
all right. We get it, Haiku.
This is
You're
what
gonna
sounds
sleep
exactly
in the
what I asked
bed.
before.
This sounds familiar, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a bit of
That's
comfort
not
every now and then.
I do starfish on the bed.
Yeah.
Except face down, or everything would get messed up on the shell.
Okay.
I'm just gonna walk into one of the rooms and like put my stuff down and just like lay down on my side, like, ugh, my back still hurts.
Oh. Yeah, you should sleep in a bed tonight. Hopefully that'll help. Hopefully it's a good bed.
Is it soft at least?
It's a bed.
It's not a bad bed.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do.
Bad bed.
It's a bed. It doesn't have any obvious springs that dig into your spine. Like, it's got just enough support that you don't think you'll be too uncomfortable when you wake up in the morning. It's very slim, almost as if like they've cut a couple of corners in the pricing area, and they've just gone for like almost like a large kid's bed instead of a single. But apart from that, It's fine. It'll do. It'll suffice.
Would it support my weight?
I mean, yeah. Let's just say yeah, for the sake of not having to charge you to fix a bed.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, so who's in which room?
I think me and Nugget and Haiku should be in separate rooms because Nugget and Haiku are the two biggest. And then
So I'll sleep in there with Nugget and Oro then.
Makes sense, since you're taking a bed and Haiku taking a bed.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Well, fortunately, you didn't sleep in the hostel, so you all awaken feeling well rested. Because I absolutely would have given you a point of exhaustion if you slept in the hostel, without a doubt. But here we are. You've woken up in the morning. You're feeling well rested. Your back is still not feeling super duper great, narrowly. But that comes with being thrown out of a building.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Could have been worse.
I'll
It's
do
fine.
It, yeah. Everyone else, I mean, the people who were sleeping on the floor are, feeling a little bit achy this morning. But beyond that, you've got your spell slots back. You've got your health points and your hit die, etc. You're feeling grand.
Sweet.
What do you
You
want to do
awake
with your day?
feeling rested. Do they have food here?
You did not see any kind of dining area, but each of the rooms that you are in seems to be fitted with what would be the equivalent of some grains, some milk, and a bowl.
Cereals.
Well, must do a good breakfast around here, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could find.
I feel like
tavern.
I kind of have really enjoyed a lot of the food that's in like carts. Like I don't know if there's a word for that, but
Food cart.
food carts.
Street food.
It's on
Food?
this. Yeah, food that's on the street, but not like on the street. On the street.
Not like you're scraping it off the street.
And it's really convenient to hold on to when you're walking around.
We could go and have a look.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Kind of wander
Guys-
around the. Go ahead.
You guys waking up especially early, or have you given yourself a lay-in?
I feel like we kind of turned in kind of early, so it would be pretty early in the day where we'd get to see like the wakings up of the city in a way. Probably not all of it, right? Because there's like people who do night stuff, but
Sure.
yeah, pretty early.
All right. Well, where are you again? You're down by the port. So, taking steps outside, you are not greeted by the RC elven teenager, but you notice that there's nobody at the desk quite yet. You can put your keys on the desk as you leave, but stepping outside, you get a nice stiff breeze of salty air. Along with it comes the smells that are accompanying fish and being quite close to the ocean here. You can kind of hear some of the bells of people loading and unloading ships that are down by the harbour. The harbour here is within sight. It's not huge. It's enough to take a couple of ships at a time, but you can see that there are more boats out at sea kind of waiting for their opportunity by the look of it. You can see that there, like I said previously, around what would be around 6 and 7 is a marketplace. It's kind of spread across that area. 6 is the statue that Randall noted when he first came through this area. It's a big old statue of King Azun III fighting a group of bandits mounted on horseback, who is one of the many Obaskir monarchs that you will have recognized. But spread around this statue and kind of down this road are many, many stalls, as many as you can imagine, crammed into such a small space. Several of them are selling food, although it appears that they are, still kind of setting up for the day, as it's quite early. Quite unusual for food stalls to be open so early in the day. But you can see that there are a couple of them that have like kind of a fish chowder that's been prepared, being sold alongside some coffee. Coffee stalls, not the same stall.
Have we ever had coffee before?
That's a very good question. You tell me.
Is it still a really chilly morning?
Oh, it is definitely chilly. Yes, it's not. You've got up early enough that it's like though it's very bright. You are mostly being hit by wind, and the day has not warmed up enough yet.
I think I'll have one even if I haven't had it.
Yeah, you can see the steam coming off of the drinks. You can see that several other people, early rising workers, have come and purchased some, and you've seen them walking around with kind of beverages. And they're kind of hugging it and sipping it greedily, and you can kind of see that they seem to be enjoying it, and they are using it for warmth.
What's the name of the coffee stall? Does it have one?
I
was waiting for a clever coffee pun. It sounded like you're like leading up to it, but you're just being good about making things up. That's all it was.
I definitely had not planned a coffee stall up until about 2 seconds as you asked.
I love it.
Dirty bean water. Great suggestion there. Thank you very much, Zero Megaplane.
Say coffee at our prices.
Wait, what'd you say?
Coffee at our prices.
Cool. Yes, there is one stall that has that motto, but it's doing very poorly.
It's just an abandoned cart.
I think I'm gonna go.
Full stack of coffee cups.
I'm gonna go buy a coffee just because it looks nice and cozy, and it's kind of chilly outside.
Sure. Okie dokie. They seem to be. There are a couple of different carts. You can see the one's like a hipster cart that has like all of the like fancy apparatus that's like shiny and well looked after, and it's like you can see that it's like almost like it's been like distilled and that kind of stuff, and like all the ingredients are served in different tiny little cups and served to you on like a tray. But there's also just like an absolute dirt cheap, like super ultra economical, just very cheap coffee stall on the other side.
I was at an art festival once where a guy had a coffee stand where he had like a little bike pedal thing set up, and when he would pedal like the pedals, it would power the machine to heat up the water to make the coffee, and I picture that being like part of the like
that is absolutely 100% of the way that is precisely how it is made. Yeah.
I want one of those.
Yeah,
okay.
Me too.
All right, okay. So that will cost you 2 whole gold pieces for one
That's
of the
fine.
fancy pieces of coffee, that one. You can see that from here, you can already see the other stall where you think you could probably get like 5 coffees for a 1 gold piece. But this particular stall looks like it's like, this is some premier street food coffee.
Coffee I can find.
The cheapest possible coffee? Yeah, okay.
Most basic.
The most
Just
basic.
Yeah.
Wait, from the hipster dude or just from the other stall?
No, from one of the other stalls.
Okay, there are 2 stalls. Those are the choices you've got.
Oh, from the other stall then.
I'm not going to fill the entire marketplace with coffee stalls.
Coffee vendors.
2 is a lot, all right? 2 is a lot.
That's the real world way of doing things, but they recognize that that's unnecessary in this place.
One of them is
I'm gonna
fancy
badger the
upper class.
hipsters about the machinery as well.
Okay, well, actually, he seems extremely excited to talk to you about it.
Oh, he definitely was.
Yeah, so he really shows off his apparatus, and answers any questions that you possibly have about it, but not me, because this is made up. Imagine that you have a wonderful conversation with this person.
It's a very interesting conversation. It goes on for ages.
Okay, right.
I think
So an hour of your day is gone because Haiku is now involved in this conversation with this coffee store vendor.
Neri has been watching and just sipping the warm drink and be like, she really likes it, but she's watching Haiku's face to see if he looks impressed or disappointed in the way the guy is explaining things. Like, is this actually a good machine?
It's
You tell me.
constantly flipping between the two. So, like they say one thing, and I'm like, ooh, and then the next sentence is like,
It's like a tennis match.
yeah.
Kombucha
And
girl style.
nobody can tell who's winning.
How's Oro enjoying their coffee? How are Neri and Randall, not Neri and Randall, Neri and Oro enjoying their coffee? Because this is the first time that Neri's had coffee. Is it the first time that Oro's had coffee?
I would have thought she would have tried it at other points, but not really liked it.
Right.
So she's maybe brought this bougie coffee to be like, all right, well, this is probably the best kind of coffee she's gonna have.
Does she describe it as bougie in front of Randall?
Yeah, she uses the word bougie. Yeah. I'm gonna have some bougie coffee.
What? What's bougie?
Bougie's like really, really fancy and like hipster.
Hipster?
Hipster's like really, really cool and I'm trying to think of another word to describe it that Randall wouldn't know. It's just really like meant to be really cool and edgy and that type of vibe.
Edgy?
Edgy's like fuck, I don't think I can describe that with another word. Edgy's just cool, different, unique.
So I could say I got a really edgy book from the library.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be a cool book, yeah.
Could be.
It was Boge.
No, not Boge. Bougie. Bougie.
Oh, how do you spell bougie?
B-O... Oro's like tries, never spelt it out before. B-O-J-U-I? Bougie.
Bogie.
No, bougie. Maybe there's two U's in there. Maybe it's bougie.
I like to think that spelling hasn't been invented yet. So everybody has like the letters and they kind of know what they sound like, but sometimes like you kind of have to like sound your way through a word when it's written and you're like, oh, gotcha. So like throw in an extra U. Yeah, and a need to it. Put it there.
That works.
I'm adoring this coffee. I think that like she's got a lot of appreciation for very earthy flavors just because of the way she lived. And so this is very like earthy and rich and smoky.
I was gonna describe it as a very rich taste that is for new drinkers maybe a little bit too strong, but it has kind of a slight kind of caramel aftertaste, and you can see that it's quite creamy.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the shit out of it. Just like literally like doing the huddle thing that everybody else is doing and sipping it and watching the conversation.
This is very different from the...
Oro really likes it. I rolled to see how much Oro would
scale
like
of
it.
1 to 10.
1 to 10. Really fucking likes it.
Okay. So now Oro doesn't like cheap coffee, but really loves bougie coffee.
Yeah. She's like, oh, every other coffees have just been shit. Alright, I get it. This is hell yeah. This is cool.
Whereas Randall stumbles over to you guys having a conversation and is just sipping like the most basic possible, like watered down
Bean
coffee.
water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to try some of this, Randall? It's real bougie.
Oh.
Have a little sip.
Maybe it'll help with the
Okay, I'll try
definition
it
of the
because
word
it's
if you try it.
Edgy.
Okay. I'm so proud. Roll a d10, see how much you like it. Oh,
Pretty good.
Hell yeah.
You guys are into bougie coffee.
Oh no, we're
Fair, it's
never
good.
gonna be able to afford a house with all this bougie coffee.
All the avocado toast and coffee.
Fuck.
I feel like this city, everything just costs more here.
It seems to.
Why is that?
No, it's supposed to be.
Seaside prices.
What did you say?
Seaside prices.
Oh. I didn't know that things would cost different in different places.
Guess more tourists might be here.
But wouldn't it be easy for them to get everything because they have a port? So then it wouldn't have to cost more because they could get it really easily?
But lots of people also want it because lots of people come through here and stop.
Right, but if it's easy to get and people want it, and there's enough, right?
The party explains capitalism.
It's getting socialist Katie vibes coming through.
Well, I had to think about it. Like, this is, I think, the first time she's really like faced the 25 gold piece a night room that didn't seem to be very different than this one. And she's like raised in the fucking mountains, right? Like, she doesn't know or whatever, you know.
Listen, the other place had cool music.
Yeah,
and someone that spoke to you.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
And a mint on each pillar.
And a mint
And a
on
mint.
pillows. Dinner service.
A mint
Yeah.
for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I think it's a sort of natural thing that somebody who's lived like off the grid and off the land and was kind of out of society would like,
Sure.
but it doesn't, like, we paid for things because we were so far away and it was dangerous for somebody to make the journey. Like, this doesn't make sense to me.
In before point of exhaustion from being hooked on coffee.
Is he selling any like fancy like baked goods?
There are some croissants on sale.
Croissant.
These ones don't talk to us, do they?
Oh, what, because they're what the croissants?
Oh.
No, the
Yeah.
croissants do not talk to you. No.
They have a sign that says "Eat me," but they don't actually say it.
How much are the croissants?
Croissants.
Are you buying these at the fancy place?
Yeah.
They're 1 gold per croissant.
Do you put do you put stuff in them? Do you heat them up or what's the?
They do come with toppings for the same price. You don't have to pay any more.
Oh, what kind of toppings?
There is some freshly churned butter.
Mm.
There is some jams. Yeah, there seems to be some kind of hazelnut spread.
Ooh, that's the one.
What flavour of jams?
So I've fucking read something recently that was the difference between between a conserve, a jam, blah 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 blah.
As you do.
But I can't remember them.
Oh.
So
Useful facts.
there you go. There is a difference. There's one of each of those with the most popular flavor that is associated with that type.
Let's say I think he was just wanted to know what the flavors were. But yeah.
There's a conserve. There's a jam. There's
Okay.
a preserve.
What isn't a preserve? Preserve is just
A
like
marmalade.
I thought preserve was just the generic name for all of them.
Maybe it is.
Those aren't flavours.
No, I'm saying there's one of each, and then the most popular flavor that is associated with them. So, like, there's a strawberry jam.
Okay, that's what I was
Oh,
gonna
like
say.
orange marmalade. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, orange marmalade's so gross.
It is, yeah, it's fine.
I like a bit of marmalade.
I do.
I'll have
Really?
I like
strawberry
a bit
jam
of
on my
marmalade.
croissant, please.
A bit of the mom.
I want butter and hazelnut spread.
Just,
Right.
just butter for me.
Okay. Make sure to take that 1 gold piece off per croissant.
I did.
Oh, how much did my coffee cost, by the way?
Like
Or was it free? Did I just find it from like a
it
drain?
was it was a copper piece.
It was free. They just gave it
Just
to you,
some
please.
runoff water. Oh, I don't know how much I liked my other coffee.
Oh yeah.
Basically the same.
It's not the same.
Basically the
It was
same.
better. It was better.
Randall does not have a discerning coffee palate today.
Should we go ahead and head back to Margaret's before we leave?
Yeah.
I don't know if she'll be up yet, but we can just take a leisurely stroll and kind of look and see what's there is to see on the way.
Well, you spent an hour having this conversation, so she's probably up. Thanks to Haiku's very in-depth analysis of the bougie coffee vendor.
I've been jotting down diagrams of it as well as they've been talking about it.
And Neri having an existential crisis about supply and demand and capitalism.
Okay, so you guys want to chat to Margaret?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you stumble your way over there, and door seems to be closed and locked at front, but you give it a little tap, 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 and sure enough, Margaret comes along in her nightie with a robe over it. She opens it. Oh, hello, dear. This is quite early, but please come on in. Come on in. What can I do for you? Where did you sleep? Was it the nice place down on 4th Avenue?
We were at the Emmer Inn.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes. Reputable establishment, I'm sure. Yes. Well, I'm glad that you are all well and good. Did you sleep well?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Wow. Oh, fantastic, fantastic. What can I do for you today, my loves?
Did everyone see the tucked away sign about the enchanted tattoos?
I mean, you can decide that for yourselves. It wasn't super well hidden, but it was tucked away behind something.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you had been saying that as part of something somebody noticed for a reason. So I think I would have noticed it.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You had several hours on the road.
Yeah.
That's enough time for you to poke around and be a bit nosy.
When you say it like that. No. We wanted to come by before we left, I think. Well, I have a question.
Oh, yes.
I saw a sign in the back of your cart that looked like it'd been put away that had to do with some sort of like enchantments.
Oh, yes. Well, yes, I used to do enchanted tattoos.
How does that work? What do they do?
Oh, it's a trade secret, but unfortunately, it's difficult for me to do them anymore as my machine broke. My special needle.
Oh.
I would need to repair it.
Is that something you can fix, Haiku?
Yeah, I can definitely take a look at it. I can fix anything.
I'm certain that you're very capable, but unless you have a diamond, it will be impossible.
Did we have diamonds? Didn't we have a bag of assorted gems or something at one point? I don't know if there were any diamonds.
I've had a diamond so far.
Okay.
You've definitely had assorted gems.
Okay.
But I don't think a diamond was one of them.
Mm.
How big of a diamond?
Oh, most likely just a small one, really.
Will it be your best friend?
I don't know what you're suggesting about me. But I'm only interested in material goods. Randall, I thought you knew me better.
What does the diamond do for the machine?
Oh, well, the needle would be inlaid with the diamond itself so that when I was piercing the skin, I could infuse it with some magical essence.
Oh.
Maybe we'll find one when the place we're going and bring it back when we get our tattoos.
Well, if you wanted to get your tattoos done today, I could go over the tattoos with infusing magic once on some other time you make your way home.
Oh.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Or if you wanted to continue on your journey and we could just do it in one sitting, then you let old Margaret know.
What colors can you do?
Oh, did you not see the vials in the chart? In the chart? The chartier. The
Chariot?
The carriage.
Carrot?
The cabbage.
I kept most of my shop in the carriage. Most colors. Yes, I'm an artist.
Did we decide what we wanted or no?
Or are we just gonna say that we'll get it now and then we'll decide this week?
Actually decide it later,
totally
yeah.
Fine.
Yeah,
it's totally
Okay.
Okay. All right, we'll do that then.
So you want to get matching tattoos?
Yeah. Brown. Only brown tattoos is the only color she has.
Well, I will have to ask for some money in return for my services for such a large project.
Yeah.
Well, you did save my life, and I appreciate that, and I would be willing to cut the price down to 25 gold pieces per person. That fee will be waived for Oro, as I already have Oro on me.
What if I were to promise to fix the enchanting one on our way back?
Oh, I suppose I could waive your fee too.
A turtle keeps their promise.
That's what they say.
Well, it will be difficult for a turtle to keep their promise if they die on their next adventure.
And a live turtle keeps their promise.
You won't die.
Granny's got
I'm
to pay
here.
their bills. And if you return and fix my machine, you are more than welcome to have a waived fee then.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Okay.
There are dozens of us. Dozens.
Are you all going to pay her with exposure? Because you better. I have 100 followers on Twitter.
Electrum's 5.
We're not
we
doing
have.
Electrum.
Oh, why do I have 9 under Electrum? Was that
Typo?
supposed to be platinum or silver, maybe?
Probably.
Okay.
We're just doing copper, silver, and gold.
Okay. Wow, that's disappointing. 9 Electrum down to 9 silver is a big change. I was like, I'll just give her 5 Electrum pieces. Oh, wait. Okay, so it was 25 gold?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Wait, y'all have Electrum? No. Too
That's a
lazy
lot of money.
to burden my players with all that additional maths.
That's fair.
Maths.
That's what I said. I said maths.
Yeah, they just grabbed my attention is all.
Maths?
Piqued his interest.
Someone say a number.
Anytime you want to distract Jack, you just say the word maths and then there are previous games he's been like, oh, it's a weekend, I don't want to do any maths.
I gotta get in a mindset. I got an exam at 9 tomorrow.
There you go.
that is.
Ooh.
There you go.
Not 7 minutes ago.
Jack's got an exam tomorrow, everyone, so make sure to wish him luck, but also give him some maths in the chat.
Give me some numbers to use.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you're welcome to use this number as
No.
much as many times as you like.
Oh.
Very specific.
So generous.
Okay, well, I have the perfect crossover joke for you then. Give me just a second to find it.
Do you know all the Sudoku numbers by heart?
Aren't the Sudoku numbers just 0 to 9 or something?
Yeah.
I do know those by heart.
Whoa! All right, show off.
0 to 9?
Oh, it's 1 to 9.
Yeah.
Oh, is it 1 to
Yeah,
9? Okay, so I don't even know how to play Haiku like Sudoku. So that I asked the question and I thought you were telling me yes, that's what it was. And I was like, okay, well, I guess.
I mean, I've never done a Sudoku. I actually don't know. Because my brain ain't good with numbers, so I don't put it under any pressure. I'm not like, you know what, brain? Relax. We're not doing numbers today.
No numbers for you.
And I've said that to my brain every day for 29 years.
Wait, that's a number. What have you done?
Says the person learning to code things for a project. No big.
Oh, it's okay. It's scripting. It's not coding. It's much easier.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
You have never done a Sudoku. What do you do when you have to poop? I browse this.
Mm.
You can get
Oh.
Sudoku toilet paper.
Or maybe you read this.
I have pasted a math haiku in the D&D shit channel. There you go.
Ooh.
Oh God.
Oh no, it's not. It's no. I've seen it somewhere before.
Is
It's
it-
not a
is it a
haiku, is it?
limerick?
It's a
There's
limerick.
it's a limerick. That's what it was. A
Yeah.
limerick, not a haiku.
I think I've seen this on QI.
I think that's why I thought it was a limerick, because I think I saw it on QI as well.
Yeah.
It's cool though.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm already a patron. Listen, this wasn't an ad. This was just me saying what I do when I'm on the toilet. I browse Jenny's Patreon. That's all I do. In one of my Numenera games. Is that Numenera?
I read that as number wang.
I read
Without
it as the meringue
reading
too.
it properly.
It was Curse of Being Afraid of the numbers 7 and 9. That's great.
Like
Jenny's
7,
Patreon
8,
posts
9.
are pretty good, not gonna lie. They are pretty good.
Thanks, Todu.
And Jenny's Patreon will be back again next month.
Nice. Good ad. Thank you for that.
Tom, you always told me to check Jenny's exclamation mark Etsy. Listen, if you want to do the proper Tom command.
Wait, there it was. This is the one I was looking for. It's a math haiku. Hold on. I got this. 1 second.
Do you want to read it out?
No, I'm going to paste it. There you go. Done.
I'm just
Aha.
glad that you've given us a very, very extremely niche
I like
haiku. Okay.
It's a joke about derivatives.
It is.
Oh my god, my favorite kind of joke.
For a derivative joke.
Oh, I love those jokes. Oh man.
Yeah, they have
wow.
derived meanings.
Hey.
Where'd you get it?
I love just like the sheer amusement on Jack and my faces, and then Ginny and Tom are both like pained, clearly pained right now. Just like,
You have to be
why?
If
Don't
you
want to be here.
tell too many of them, you won't be able to integrate into society properly.
Wait, what'd you say?
If you tell too many of them, you won't be able to integrate into society properly.
Says you.
Tom, what are
So,
you doing?
D&D?
You on my Patreon?
Okay.
Oh, just patiently waiting for the math jokes to end. Okay, let's go.
I thought we were just-
Keep
I'm
it
already
going.
marked.
I'm loving this.
I already marked the 25 gold off my character sheet. I was waiting for you to tell us like how long it was going to take, and then we started talking about math haikus, and I was like, all right. Wait, are you pooping right now?
So, okay, what do you want to do? Because Haiku seems to be a bit more okay with the idea of coming back with a diamond at some point and getting a haiku, getting a tattoo done. Do you want to get your tattoos done right now?
Oh,
Yeah, they can be gotten over again.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
can be infused afterwards.
okay.
I kind of want 2 tattoos, so I might get one. Well, I was going to get 2 tattoos, one for everyone and then one of my own one. So I'll just get
Yeah.
one now and the other one next time.
All right. Okay. Cool. Well, in which case, if everyone's getting tattoos done, and let's say you're getting a tattoo of about that size, whatever, each and every single one of these, of medium complexity, that's going to take most of a day for everyone to get their tattoos done.
True.
Including it. Are you including Nugget in this?
No, I'll leave Nugget out.
Okay. All right. Well, then, in which case, then yes, you have spent today getting tattoos.
Sick.
That's gonna be your day done. You've given Margaret a bit of business. She's very happy to spend more time with you, and repay the fact that you've saved her life. And she's already docked half of the original price that it would have been had you not have, saved her.
We're gonna have to order lunch from ShoreDash while we're waiting. Sorry. Okay, I'm done now.
Here we have the ethical debate about, is it okay to tattoo your pets? We've got the ability to speak with animals for one of our players. So it's less ethical of an issue when you can just have the conversation with the pet. And it's also not a pet, it's a companion. So it's quite different.
You can actually receive consent from Nugget.
Yeah. I mean, I can speak with animals too, they just don't answer me. That's not speaking with, that's speaking to. That's a free spell. That doesn't cost anything.
So I'll get a tattoo and then I'll see how Nugget feels about it next time.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Okay. No pressure. No pressure. Okay, cool.
Under pressure.
Okay. Well, unless there's any downtime stuff that you guys want to do whilst waiting for your tattoos or after having your tattoos, ? Leaves that in the air for you to think about. You're going to have to pay for another night of bedroom.
How far are we from the place we're going?
About half a day. Less than that.
Would it make most sense if we spent most of the day kind of sitting around and trading off getting tattoos to just leave tonight and sleep on the road like we would have if we were traveling by ourselves anyway?
You can do that.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Do we get a horse and cat to speed things up?
No,
again.
don't start that conversation again.
Not again.
We already spent this whole session getting an inn, a coffee, and a croissant. So let's go.
Get your priorities straight,
D&D is about spending time with your friends. Okay?
It is.
Okay. So is that
But
what
I
you want
don't
to do?
have
You want
to
to get
sit
on the
through
road?
the horse and cart conversation again.
No, that's true. That's
Ask
true.
of my
that's true.
friends.
Please,
Okay.
guys, please don't do this
Please.
to me again.
Yes.
All right, on the road again as we leave MSC after having our tattoos done, which we will design off stream. You guys can have a chat about that. Think of something together, and then we'll, have that as a tattoo that you've all got. More than welcome to RP your amazement at all having cool tattoos. Wow, whoa, look at this thing that we can't describe. We're on the road and we are
Hope it
heading
looks good.
towards... it looks great. It's an incredible quality tattoo that we cannot describe right now.
But it's currently under like bandages and stuff, so we can't.
I'm
see.
sure there's going to be art of it at some point.
You can see it. You can see... You,
Oh.
you don't
Well,
put it
that's
under
another question.
bandages
Are we all going to
immediately.
get it in the same place? Or do people
I
want
liked
it
the
in-
arm idea.
Hmm?
I feel like our options are basically arms and legs
Right, and-
because everything torso is off the limits, and I don't want a face tattoo. So I'm placing the face off limits.
Well, there are lots of things for you guys to factor in when we have this discussion at some point. Is
Yeah.
that it doesn't have to be in the same place. It doesn't have to be identical. It could be that you have one thing, like one particular part of the tattoo is a logo that you all have the exact same thing of, and then everything around it is different depending on your particular character and personality. It could be lots of different things, but that's all something we can discuss at a later date. We're leaving MSC in the very late afternoon, early evening, and we are leaving towards Onkspa. We're going to the west. Yes?
Yeah.
Everyone's quite happy with that? Okay. Fantastic. Very well. Okay. So,
Oh, I
on
hate
our
it.
way to Orkspear, we think it'll take less than half a day. So either you can rest on the road or get to Orkspear near midnight.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's just make the walk through the night.
Yeah, it's plowing through.
You want to get to Orkspear near midnight.
I had a cup of coffee and I sat around all day. I could walk all night. It's fine.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. Okay.
Just place Randall on the road and you just vibrate all the way there.
that made me laugh so hard. Oh god. Okay.
Oh, that tickled Katie. That was cute. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, you got lucky on my. Do these guys get a road encounter roll? No road encounters for you.
We don't find a road.
Okay, so you travel for in confidence. That's not being secretively. I mean, you are confident about where you're traveling for the majority of your trip, because you are just going straight across a well-traveled road, the Starwater Road. But there is a moment at which the road splits and heads north, and it's a lot less well-traveled. You can see that there are, cart wheel grooves in a dirt track, and you are now kind of separated somewhat from the farms that are spread around Immersea quite densely. So the smells of cow pat have dissipated somewhat, but you are now off of the road and onto the beaten track. In this sense, you are now kind of at the very late evening part of the day. The sun has begun to, kiss the horizon as it is setting. And you're less confident now about where you are headed. Though you can see in the distance to the north, there are some twinkling lights that are flickering with time. You kind of assume that those are like torches or lanterns that belong to Orkspear. It's a nice, clear evening. You can see the stars and the moon in the sky. And fortunately, with there being no severe weather, having had a significant storm to clear the skies recently, you have no problem being very cautious and aware of your surroundings. At one point in the evening, you do hear a distant howl, and you see eyes looking at you from a bush along the track, but they do not seem to have any interest in tussling with well-armed adventurers, and they let you pass. It gets to close to midnight, and you arrive in a small town, large village, small town of Orkspear. You know very little about the place, apart from that it is where you will be meeting Albert Humperdinck, the person who has been tied to this quest for Master Kulf, and that there is somewhere near here what you assume is where you'll be completing a quest with him. Because it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. So why would anyone make this a meeting place? There's absolutely no reason to be out here unless there is something very specific to Orkspear. Regardless...
Middle of nowhere is where all the history is.
Well, regardless, there is one inn here, a tavern and inn, called the Cockrell Inn. As you arrive, you can see that there is a big kind of nameplate and sign that is swinging in the wind outside gently. The roads are quiet after you arrive on foot. There are no villagers pottering about, but you can still hear quiet chattering inside some of the buildings. Some of the lanterns that light the streets are still kind of somewhat flickering. It's quiet, but it's the middle of the night, so that doesn't surprise you.
Completing a quest, yes. Did you say there was lights, like an inn nearby that we can see, or something like that?
Yeah, you can see that. You can see the Cockrell Inn quite clearly. It's like I said, it's a village, so it's one of the few buildings that has signage, and you recognise it from the quest posting as the place you were supposed to be meeting Albert Humperdinck.
Okay, let's go in there then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Stepping through the doorway, you see that there is a small area that's got tables, and you can kind of still smell beer and alcohol drifting in the air and staining the wood flooring. But there is maybe two people here. that are sat in seats, being served still by one very tired and somewhat grumpy-looking halfling who is perched atop of a stool behind the bar, kind of just glaring straight forward, very baggy, sleepy eyes, waiting patiently for these guys to give up and go home. As you step through the door, there's a little ting-ling-ling as you disrupt the door mechanism, and this halfling turns towards you. They have a purple mohawk that goes from front all the way down to the back, but it's kind of like the one in the middle, and there are two either side. And they look devastated that you've come through the door because it means more work. Hello.
Hey, sorry
Hi.
to bother you so late.
That's okay. You're adventurers?
How could you tell?
You're all wearing mismatching armor. You guys got
There's a giant bat behind you. Do you have like rooms that we could stay in for the night?
Yeah.
How much are they, and how many do you have? And how big are they?
We're empty at the moment. No one's staying here. We've got like 6 rooms upstairs, double beds. There's for the right price. There's breakfast service and should be. I mean, if you want to pick the night, we've got 2 nicer rooms that are about 2 gold a night, but the normal rooms are a gold.
Oh, okay. I turn around to everyone. Do we want to share rooms still, or do you want to on your own room? It's 1 gold again.
You could share the nicer rooms.
Yeah.
I'll just take a normal room.
Randall, spend your money sometime. You'll die with it.
You can't take it with you. It's the same price if you share a fancy room or have a single room.
But it's got one double bed, doesn't it?
Oh, did you say?
Each of the small rooms have a double bed, yeah.
And the big beds have 2 single beds, or double beds?
No, they're just nicer rooms.
Oh.
Oh.
What makes them nicer?
Well, there is some actual furniture in there. There's a couple of chairs and there's a dresser, I think. Yeah.
Is there like not like a bath or anything?
The nicer rooms have baths, yeah. But I mean, it's past servicing time, so.
But in the morning?
In the morning, you could have a bath, yeah.
I'll take one of those.
Okay, that's just it's 2 gold for the nicer rooms.
Yeah, I try to be fast about it because I could tell they're tired, so I'm just gonna hand over the 2 gold really quickly.
Okay, cool.
Hand over a gold.
Do you want to share the room, Neri, or shall I get my own room?
We can share.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take a nicer room too.
Oh.
Will you be staying for longer than just 1 night, or are you guys? We don't get a lot of adventurers here. Are you doing something?
I'm meant to be meeting someone. Here. I assume they're not here now, but even if they are, it's like midnight, so I assume you don't want them here for much longer.
No, these guys won't fuck off. But who is it you're meeting? I might know him.
Someone called Albert Humpledink.
Oh my god, yeah.
What do you mean?
That kid is. He's a talkative one.
Oh.
He spends most of his day down here in the bar, right here, and he points in the seat. There's like 1 stool that's got like prime positioning directly in front of the bar, where there are lots of places to like be pulling pints, etc. Can't remember what they're called. Pint pullers along the back of the bar. The stall that he's indicating is the one that does not have them in front of it, so it has the most access to the person that is behind tending the bar. and he seems very frustrated by the fact that he likes to choose that position so that it's easier to have a conversation with him.
Well, hopefully tomorrow when we talk to him, he shouldn't be hanging out too much longer because he'll be helping us.
Are you getting rid of him?
I mean, we're just helping on a job, so I assume he needs to show us where it is. So he probably won't. You'll probably get a free moment.
You're doing his quest.
Yeah.
Oh, thank fuck. Oh my god, he'll go. Okay. Today's a good day.
You're welcome.
All right. Yeah, right here, every single day for the last 3 weeks.
Oh wow, Jesus, a long time. Okay. Well, hopefully not for too long.
Please.
I'm sure we'll be up early in the morning.
You would make my day. Just if you need to any help getting rid of him, I mean helping him.
Okay.
There are many members of staff here that would be very grateful.
Okay.
Just
You could tell him in the morning when he comes down that we've arrived and we'll be meeting him at his room. So he should stay there until we're ready.
It's common courtesy for me to not say which of the rooms he's taken.
Oh, you don't have to tell us what room it is. But you could.
I'm not working tomorrow morning. I don't care. Just meet him.
Okay.
Okay.
You're all paid up. You're all happy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm very glad that we could service you here at the Cockrell Inn. Have a pleasant stay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Have the other people left yet?
No. You think that you suspect that one of them is asleep. Just at the table, just like holding onto their tankard, just like head first in what looks like a half-empty plate of food.
Would you like some help getting rid of him?
The regulars. If we kick them out, it's more fuss than it's worth.
Fair enough.
I've already walked over there, but I'm not gonna kick them out. I'm just gonna tap the sleeping person on the shoulder. Excuse me. Sorry, I was worried you're going to drown in your food.
Are you an angel? It's so pretty.
I don't know how to answer that, but you should probably go to sleep somewhere where you won't drown in your food.
Okay.
Oh no.
Into their pint of beer instead.
Is the person sitting with them that's still awake?
No, there's a separate other person who is also in the
okay.
room who's just they're the classic fantasy person in the deep dark corner of the room. All the shade seems to just envelop them, and they've got one tankard that they're slowly sipping. Their hood is up. There's a dagger that you can see that's in the hilt that's like tucked in against the side of the seat, and it's just.
Is your name Aragorn? I'm kidding. I'm not saying that. I said at the same time. Okay, I'm leaving him alone, and I'll head to the room.
Sure. Are you all going up to your rooms?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
You're all surprised by wonderfully well-kept, cozy rooms. Those of you who paid for the more expensive ones, you will also notice that there is a second comforter / duvet, 2 loads of in total 4 pillows, two of which are thicker than the others, so you can choose the fluffiness of your pillow. You can see there's a wardrobe and a chest of drawers, bedside table, some like really awful like motel art that's just hung on the wall, a couple of candles that are unlit with some matches beside them. Neri does not have those. They'd heard. Her reputation had preceded her.
Somebody scurried in to take away anything flammable.
And you're just left with your comfort. Did you say anyone was sharing rooms?
Me and Neri.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, doke. Is there any bedtime rituals that you'd like to partake in before going to sleep?
There was a bath in the nice rooms, wasn't there?
There is a bath, yeah, a bathtub.
Yeah. Haiku's gonna take the rare opportunity of a bath and take an hour or two to take the.
Because these are unfortunately old-timey baths. These are the kind that need to be filled by someone else. As was suggested to you by the innkeep, that's something that will happen tomorrow because it's too late. So if you want a bath, you can have a bath tomorrow.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I know that. I was going to start taking items off my shelf now.
Oh, I see. Oh, sorry.
It's a long process.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool. Okie dokie. Anyone else? Any nighttime prep?
I think Oro's pretty zonked out of having her first main coffee, having a bunch of sugar, getting her first tattoo, and walking for like 6 hours or whatever the fuck it was. So she's probably just immediately passing out in her clothes.
Conk out. I want to open a B&B with only Jenny's artwork. Welcome, fuckos. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Well, for the second time in a row, you have an uneventful evening of comfortable rest, or more comfortable rest in this case, at an affordable price.
Hell yeah.
You wake up to those of you who have paid for slightly cheaper rooms. Unfortunately, the curtains are just open enough for the sun to glaringly like cut through and line up directly with your eye line. Those of you in the slightly nicer rooms are in a part of the building that is curved around and does not catch the sun. But in the cheaper rooms, you are being blinded.
Randall's up at that time anyway, but it's not a different name.
Easy peasy. No worries then. So you wake. Some of you more rested than others, but functionally the same, I suppose. And Haiku, you gonna take a bath?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, in which case you'll have to go down and chat to the bartender and say a few words about wanting your bathtub filled. They send someone up who just puts a bunch of very warm water in it. You get a chance for it to be filled up with some soap suds. And you are left to your own devices. The same as offered to anyone else in one of the fancier rooms. Did you say you were in the fancy room as well? You guys having a bath as well?
Oro's not.
Yeah, not at the same time. I'm definitely having a bath.
Party bath. Okay, but Oro's not interested in baths?
Nah, she don't care.
Okay, fantastic. All right, well, Neri and Haiku are especially squeaky clean today. I'm sure Neri makes some effort to scent the bath in a particular manner.
I have my own
tailor
special
her experience.
I have my own special soaps I brought with me. I think today I'm going to use the Harebell soap, which smells very much like honeysuckle.
Oh, a little bit like honeysuckle. Interesting. Okay.
I think it's that time where she's gotten to the point where she has to take down her hair and like wash it. So there's like most of the bath is her just like finally undoing like the braids and stuff and like washing all of the like road off of them and then doing those back up and everything.
Sure. Okay. Does Haiku take the bath inside his shell? Uh-huh. I like the idea of you also standing up after the bath and then the bathtub is like attached to your shell still.
It's all over the floor.
Yeah, but like you stand up and it's just like everywhere, but you've got like the tub is stuck against it, like you just like very uncomfortable. But regardless, Randall and Oro, since you're not having baths, what you do?
I want
Breakfast
to
service?
get breakfast. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Maybe is it breakfast at the bar? Maybe just
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that you can see that like last night that people had been eating in the same room as where they were drinking. So these tables this time, you can see that one of the gentlemen who was asleep at the table last night is still there. but the spooky stranger in the corner has gone. You can see there are a couple other people who have been here. Like the door is now open, and there are some people walking around in the village outside. You can hear the birds chirping away. There's a nice kind of gust of fresh air that's coming inside. But you can see that there are a couple other individuals just sat down, kind of just having some bread. It seems to be that the most people are just kind of munching down on some very basic ham sandwiches. But you are offered some fried eggs and some bacon, along with any other kind of mushrooms and additional bits and bobs you'd like with your breakfast.
Is there any coffee?
There is no coffee now.
Or is displeased.
Instant withdrawal.
Good breakfast or mere breakfast? This came with the room, so you're grand.
Ooh, when we take a bath, do we get our breakfast in the like brought to the room so we can eat while we're in the bath?
If you request that.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Baths never make me want to eat. I don't understand it at all.
Yeah, I would not want to eat in my bath.
I thought the same thing until one time I realized that there was cake as I was drawing a bath, and I'd already had a glass of wine poured, and I had cake and wine while taking a bath, and it was
incredible.
The best fucking thing I'd ever experienced in life.
I think the only time I've ever, I guess maybe once or twice, I've like had a snack and been so hungry that I just like chucked a couple in my mouth whilst I was in the bath. But never like, I've never purposefully been like, I need to bring snacks with me to this bath.
Yeah.
I don't even have a bath.
Too hot.
Oh, I love a bath. I love a good bath.
Now and then. But it's just
I like
too
baths,
hot.
but I have to take a shower first because I feel dirty floating in like whatever was on me. So
I have a bath and then like I rinse off afterwards.
I do the shower and then I take a long, nice bath to relax.
Anyway,
that's our next week's prompt is how do you guys clean yourself?
What is your preferred bath? Remember, if you want to help us with prompts, you can do so by typing exclamation mark prompts in the chat.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. But at the bar, in the spot that was designated by the bartender last night, you see. I should probably got a reference image, but I don't really have any. I don't think there are very many good reference images. You see a GIF. This particular person is wearing robes that would match the description of Randall's initial robes, so quite plain. You can see that he's got a satchel that is over his shoulder and at his side. But a GIF is a hippo person. They have a head of a hippo.
Doesn't look anything like Albert Humperdinck when I googled Albert Humperdinck.
I just GIFF. Perhaps that's pronounced GIF.
Let's not start that conversation.
True.
GIF is only peanut butter. Anyway, it seems like it's a poor idea to have both GIF and GIF and GIF.
GIFF.
Is their name GIF?
No.
GIF to GIF.
But you can see that they've got some parchment that's spread out in front of them, as well as some reading materials. There's a couple of books that are also there, an inkwell.
Is there a seat available next to them?
There are a couple of other stools, yeah.
I'm taking one.
Okay.
I'll be next to Randall.
Is this after the bath? Or
This is during the bath. You guys
Okay.
are having a bath. These guys are having their breakfast.
Ricky.
Unless you guys particularly want to wait for the rest of your party before you take a seat.
Oh,
It's
wait,
okay to
breakfast.
not.
They're having breakfast in a bath.
Yeah, we deserve
Yeah.
privilege.
All right, so you take a seat next to him. Like I said, you can see that this particular gentleman is a GIF, GIFF, hippo person who is sat down in the robed attire of the Liber Amans monastery, along with the accompanied satchel. You can see that they are actually extremely pristine, unfortunately, in comparison to Randall, as we described at the beginning of this game, who's seen some shit and is a little bit tattier. This particular person is pretty pristine. You can see that, in fact, they've made some slight adjustments to their robes. It looks like they've added additional pocket, like pen holders, like additional like pockets everywhere that have more space. Some of them are larger than others that can hold parchment on their own. It appears that you can just see like a tucked in parchment in the inside of the robe that has like a line of different quills. It's an impressive customization.
I feel like there should be a cool saying that the people in the monastery say to each other when they meet each other out on the road, but I'm not clever enough to think of one.
I feel like cool is not the word that you would use to describe this particular person. They look like the ultimate SWAT, which is not a word that we use in England.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
No, they look like absolute 100% teacher's pet.
Wait, what is the word you don't use in England?
SWAT.
Oh, we use SWAT.
Oh, I don't know what that
SWAT?
is.
I don't use SWAT.
I thought it was an Americanism. I guess it isn't.
You used it in Birmingham.
Oh, maybe it's not maybe it's just not a southern thing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
It also stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats.
Wow. Also,
It's just like
when you were saying the GIF and GIF thing, I was like, wait, didn't I have a GIF character that was called GIF? And I did. I went through my old overlays and was like, yeah, for a one-shot we did it years ago.
I remember you had I remember there was a GIF involved.
Yeah,
I
in
remember it was your
2018.
character. 2018. Oh my
2018,
goodness.
yeah.
Was that the battle royale?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Oh,
was
I thought you were Loxodons the whole time. That's what I've remembered, even if that's not what even if I knew the correct thing at the time. That's so funny. Yeah, I remember GIF. Oh gosh.
Yeah, and
No, I'm not using words
Namfoodle.
I don't know. I've never heard anybody in England use it. It's SWOT, SWAT.
What?
What?
As in someone who's like a teacher's pet, like know-it-all.
We call that a brown noser in the South.
Oh, the
Those
brown
noses-
noser.
Because their nose is so far up teacher's ass, it's brown.
Brown.
A SWAT, not a SWAT. A SWAT team, obviously. It's obviously that you SWAT people.
I feel much safer now the SWAT team is here.
No, you never feel safer when the SWAT team is here.
Get swatted.
Isn't that what how Americans pronounce twat?
Twat also, yes, it's twat. I don't know why twat is a thing. Twat wakes my brain like, blah. I don't know why. Twat.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they say twat as twat.
Twat.
That sounds so posh, though.
What's twat?
Yes.
Does, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
It sounds like a really
Which is
posh way
funny
of saying
too,
it.
because twat does sound really deep Southern to me. But there's a lot of things that I associate the word reckon as a deeply Southern rural phrase, and that's just very common apparently amongst your folk. So
Oh yeah. Well, when we say reckon, we don't have the accent on it though. So
yeah, well, but
now
you know,
reckon. I
I'm still
reckon.
saying the same thing. And it was hearing you say, "Well, I reckon," that I was like,
Marquis?
"What's it say?"
We have fun with language here.
Yep.
Um,
Anyway,
but yes, he looks like he takes his job extremely over the top seriously. He has not noticed you.
Hello. Albert?
Hello.
Exactly.
Who are you?
Are
you? Wait a second. Are these?
Randall.
Are you from Little Romance? Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Have you come from the monastery to help me? I don't recognize you.
I don't recognize. I assume I don't recognize them.
You don't recognize him at all, no.
I assume I didn't. No. We've come from Nesmith. I've been in Nesmith and we picked up a quest, and it was to come help you do something.
You picked up my quest, and you're from Little Romance too. That's so exciting.
Yeah, well, I mean, saw that Master Cool, they put it there, so couldn't leave it.
Oh my goodness! And who are you? Sorry.
Is it looking at Oro?
No, they're looking at you. What's your name?
I'm Randall.
Randall. That's a pleasure to meet you,
Randall.
I've never. Should have heard of you.
Probably not.
Oh wow. Phew, I'm not very good with names. It's a pleasure to meet you. I can't believe you've come to help me on my quest.
What's your quest about?
Well, you know how I've gone off on my voyage. I've come to look into a piece of literature. You see, I'm very new to the monastery. I've only been around for maybe 2 months, but I found something so juicy that somebody has funded me.
Wow, that's
somebody
rare.
Sponsored me to go out.
Can I do it?
Yes, 100%. But he turns to Oro and he's like, "And who are you?"
She's got a mouthful of like bacon and eggs.
This is Oro.
And
Randall notices that you've got a mouthful of bacon. I got this.
And wait, are you also from Liberamans or?
Circus.
No, she's in my party.
Your party?
We're adventurers.
You left the monastery to be an adventurer?
Well, no, it sort of happened. I didn't do it on purpose. Like I just,
Oh my goodness. Well, you're perfectly suited to help me.
Well, yeah. I want to do an insight check though, particularly when he said like someone sponsored him to leave.
Yeah.
Very early.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, is it because he was really annoying and therefore someone sponsored them to get rid of them?
You can do an insight check if you like, or a history check if you prefer. If you have a history check, would be with advantage because it's about your particular monastery.
Yeah, that's probably better than I've got. That's a difficult decision because I got better insight, but
Goblins take bacon baths.
Oh, we should do the other one.
Okay, you're going for it.
I've got a dice. I'm going to use one of mine.
You've got about 8 minutes to use it, so might as well.
You can have mine too if you want.
Give me all the dice. It turned out to be really obvious.
Okay. So it is. You've never heard of somebody being sponsored to go on a quest. So it's possible, but very unlikely that someone did it because they were annoying. Because the monastery doesn't have a huge amount of capital. It doesn't have a lot of money to throw around. So paying for someone to go off and it works. It functions a little bit. I mean, again, this is your backstory, so correct me if I'm wrong. But I imagine it functions a little bit like a university in that these are essentially academic pursuits that you are looking for this kind of literature, these stories that you're trying to piece together and learn all the different formats and all the different components of stories that have been fabricated, and which is find the segments that are most accurate, etc. So for someone to have paid, for them to have thrown money around is they don't throw money around very frequently. In fact, it's so unheard of that you don't think that is likely at all.
Yeah.
Bye, Tortu.
Bye, Tortu.
Good dins.
Oh, so what's your lead? What's your story? What are you chasing?
All right. I've got a corker for you. So, there's a story about a royal from the Obaskir family way back in 300 DR. One sniffed out Goroana's plans years before anyone else did. Do you want to do a history check to know who that is?
Yes, please. Is that with advantage?
Nope.
Would it be? Is this the same person as the person who I know some dirty facts about?
You get to choose who you know some dirty facts about from.
Oh, I thought it was the ones. Oh, it was anyone in that family, isn't it?
Yeah. So you know who Goroana is. There was a time way back when. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, I had written it down. It was called the Throne Strife or something period, where essentially this princess Goroana very tactically used a plague to take out members of her own family, of the royal family, to place people on the throne, people who were related to her or that might give her an opportunity to be on the throne. It was a very tumultuous period for the Obaskir family, and it was almost entirely due to Goroana's meddling in the family tree. That kind of orchestrated a huge amount of the royal family. This is almost 1,000 years ago. So it's a long time in the past, but it's very integral to the royal family's history. But he says, so nobody believed them. He found them out, and he thought that Goroana was behind it all. No one believed them, so that they ran away to avoid the same fate, because we think their papa was killed by him. It's hard to tell, really, because it's all very mysterious. We haven't got a lot of detail about it. So we think that it was a person called Ansia the Paranoid. We think that they earned that name as a mockery because they thought that Goroana was going around poisoning people. But perhaps it was something to do with propaganda. That maybe Goroana heard about this and then used propaganda to make them seem paranoid.
Discredit their story.
Exactly. Well, Ansi the Paranoid existed. But we don't know if that's the same person that found out about the royal family's kind of dirty past. Anyway, Ansia ran away from Cormyr and was never heard again. And we think it might be the same person. But some records even suggest that they ran as far as Tethir. When I was reading through some some material back at the monastery, some literature, I found it's just a book. It's a wee. So
in the monastery, there are those kinds of books, but
really?
they've got different covers. They've got red covers, so that you can tell they're kept for only you can't keep those. You can't take those out overnight. You have to leave them in
They're reference books. Right, okay, cool.
And it would make sense that they've got them to read because they give them to like a lot of the new students, as it's sort of like it's sort of like a hazing thing, because you have to do them. You have to copy them. You can't take them to your rooms. You have to copy them in the main halls, and everyone can see that you've got a red book.
I like that detail. That's cool. Okay, so I was reading some material back at on the monastery. I found a reference in this particular book of fiction, I'll say, that was about a farmhand called Ansia just outside of Onkspear. I thought it was a funny coincidence because it was just such a unique name. So I sent a letter to a friend that I've got working as a royal archivist at Suzail. They found the records for a graveyard on the outskirts of Onkspear, even found some correspondence about a commissioned tomb for its Ansia. They thought it was too much of a coincidence too, so they sponsored my first research expedition. That's how exciting! Anyway, I'd love to search the tomb, but I'm not stupid enough to go around poking into a graveyard on my own.
That's smart.
That's wise. Well, we have 2 other party members, and I have a bat that's currently outside, just stretching a little bit. So you know.
Yeah, I hope you're okay with that.
I'm sure I'll be fine with bats. I've never seen a bat before. This is quite exciting.
Oh.
Okay. Do you know dogs?
I'm aware of dogs. I've seen dogs.
Okay. So Nugget is they're like a dog, but larger and they can fly.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be very exciting.
They're very cute.
Nugget is at the door, pokes his head around.
Breathing through the window.
right behind.
Steaming up the window with his nostrils.
Okay. So we can leave today's session there if you'd like.
Yeah. With Nugget breathing through the...
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right. So we've got so there's an interesting story to be dug up about an Obaskir royal family member who may or may not be buried in Onkspear or just outside of Onkspear, who might have links to the royal throne 1,000 odd years ago, which is the kind of story that the Lieberman's monastery might be interested in.
Cool.
Especially if a royal archivist from Suzale has sponsored them. So you've at least deduced there that the money is not coming from your monastery, it's coming from someone in Suzale. Yeah. Okay. Things are moving
May I make
forward.
a special request?
Yes.
I did not have a single roll today. So may I keep my inspiration, my chat inspiration, because I literally couldn't have used it, which is fine. We did other things, but I would have literally put it on the first roll that I had, but I didn't actually ever have to make one.
Okay, roll me a
Bath check.
we're gonna make a bath check, but I'm gonna try and figure out what skill would be best for
The snuggle skill or the cozy skill.
Yeah.
Well, me and Jack also have one.
Yeah, see, I don't want to. I'm definitely.
Yeah,
not
I haven't rolled it at all.
I'm not gonna let you keep your check, your dice for another game, because that's we've decided against that in the past, and I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
I'll
go against
refund
that
the
now.
points for everyone in chat who redeemed it today. That seems fair, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, okay,
Okay, that works then.
All right,
That's
okay.
yeah, because I feel bad for like, I would have thrown it on whatever just to use it, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Setting up nicely for the adventure. Well, we had some nice little RP moments. We got some stuff done. We explored our characters a little bit more. That's the kind of content that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can refund points. Sorcery. I think refunding points is a good idea. Right. Cool. Everyone happy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything anyone wants to say about their character, what they're doing before the game ends?
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
I'm taking some bacon out for Nugget.
Okay.
I'm
Everyone
also
else
going
happy?
to wash my robe with my nice like honeysuckle soap and then prestidigitation everything dry. So I'm just gonna come out smelling like amazing.
Hell
Okay, cool.
Just having a nice soak.
Yeah.
Soak.
There's dirt coming out from layers that you've not scrubbed in a while.
Oh.
The water in there is pretty gross after the time.
Layers I didn't even know existed.
You forgot existed. Oh.
Right. Well, thanks for everyone's company in the chat. It's been lovely to hang out with you.
Yeah.
We'll get back to playing when we next can. Thanks for everyone's contributions as usual. I'll see you guys in Twitch chats and Discord servers.
Near you.
Wanna see you.
All right, yeah. See you next week, guys. I assume we're on for next week.
Who
We
knows?
good?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Bye.
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 See ya.